I was really surprised that Joe was a news reader.
He is a newsreader, yeah, and he basically runs the news department, I think, for that station that he works for.
I, j- I laughed because I was like, Your job is to talk on the radio. Why do you do that in your spare time as well?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
I was just like, when I set the podcast up with him, I was like, well, this guy's like a professional. He knows a lot more than me how to talk into a
I
microphone.
mean, he's definitely got his own microphone. I mean, that's half the outlay sorted.
Yeah, he used to do, whenever we recorded, he used to record it from his studio, and it all looked really impressive with the big mic and
Yeah,
the walls behind him and stuff like that. But then they shut it down and said, you've all got to work from home. So
scumbags.
everyone's a podcaster now.
I mean, fair. When I worked on a radio station, I always they would say like, "Oh, do you want to come in and record?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, cool." And then we would just go sit in like one of the studios, and then it would just be a microphone, and we would just talk.
Right.
And then every now and then they'd be like, "Do you want to go into the main booth?" And I was like, "I guess we can."
Sounds
And
dirty.
and it was proper, like all the monitors, the mixing desk, and everyone just sort of chatting and joking. And I was like, "This is too real. I don't like this."
Oh, I would have loved that.
I
Wow.
prefer it when it's just, talking bollocks.
Uh, I remember radio.
Right?
I know it still exists, but I don't listen to it. I
It,
haven't for a
it
long time.
totally doesn't. Though I was telling, there's a lad that I was like, it sounds really weird. There was an 18-year-old boy I was talking to, and I said to him like, "Oh, I started my own podcast," and he went, "Hmm," and I was like, "All right, dickhead." And I was like, "What podcast do you listen to?" And he's like, "I don't." And I was like, "All right, granddad, get with the times."
They don't listen to any audio at all now.
Honestly,
Audio is out.
you're such a loser. You're listening to audio? Blech.
Audio, that is so last decade.
My uncle said it to me once. He was like, "You don't listen to the radio?" I was like, "No, because I'm not an old man." And he's like, "What do you listen to?" I was like, "Podcasts." He was like, "And
I
what's that?" And I was
when
like,
I
"It's radio that you get to choose the program."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. When I first moved to the UK, for a while, I became obsessed with Radio 4.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think because it was really British and we
Yeah,
didn't actually I'll say we don't have
it's
anything like
fucking
that in
British.
Australia. That's bullshit. We do have exactly the same thing in Australia, but I was never interested in it.
Yeah.
And I became like when I was I moved here 15 years ago. So I became 50 for a period of about 6 or 7 years. And then was like, this is boring. Why am I listening to this stuff all the time?
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was the discovery of movie podcasts that got me off radio. And I was like, why am I listening to any old whatever's new
Oh, I can see
on
that because
Radio
I
4?
was I was audiobooking pretty heavy for quite a
Mm.
while
Hmm.
until I realized like, oh, I can listen to an hour of funny chit chat and that's better.
Yeah. Yeah. It is, you're right. It is what I love about radio, but it's like, it was that thing that there were certain shows on Radio 4 that I really loved. That's what got me into it.
Yeah, sure.
Comedy stuff and whatever. And
Those game shows that they do are great fun.
yeah, so it would
Wait,
be like, what's on
uh,
at the moment? And if something I liked was on, it's like, this is just the best thing in the world. But then I realized after a while, it's like, yeah, but the schedule isn't designed to suit me. So
mm,
half the time I'm putting it on wishing some other program was on. You don't
yeah,
have that
and
problem with podcasts.
and that's the thing. Like, you can line up a load of podcasts and that's it. So,
Mm.
one of my like side hustles, as it were,
Hmm.
is
I've heard about these. You and your
I'm
side hustles are legendary.
I'm technically a trained carpenter.
You are actually a side hustler. You should put that on your business card. There's not many people that's a niche
I'm all
take up.
side hustle.
Yeah. No
There's no
main
main hustle.
no main thoroughfare hustle. It's all on the side.
It's all. I
I
like to keep the
exist.
middle free.
I exist in the interstices.
Um, but I'm technically a carpenter, and hence where I saw the
Okay.
18-year-old boy. And
Right.
today, it's been the most like. So my friend owns a building company, and he was
Right.
like, "I've got no woodworking stuff for you, but we've got to get this house ready for the estate agent on Friday. He's
Hmm.
like, "Would you mind painting skirting boards?" And I was like, "That sounds fucking miserable.
It's not
I'll
what a
do
car.
it."
It's not what a carpenter does, though.
That's not what
Hang,
a carpenter
hang on a minute.
does.
I'm not a fucking painter and decorator.
But if you
I'm
want
a
to pay
carpenter.
me my carpenter rate to be a painter and decorator, I'll fucking do that. So the
Okay,
last
fair enough.
days, I've been lying down on my side, just painting satin gloss onto a fucking thing while listening to the Villain Was Right podcast.
That makes it okay.
Just all day. And it's
Yeah.
just been like loud in my pocket or in my hoodie or something. And I'm just like, this'll do. This is
Hang
great.
on. What's it called? The
The Villain
villain
Was Right.
was right.
It's a
It's
good
not.
one.
Is that like a fiction one or a
It's
no?
two people watch a film and then they fight for the like they fight for the villain in that film and point out
Ooh.
how actually like what's his name?
John C.
John
McGinley.
John C. McGinley. Like he's not like he's painted as the bad guy in that film, but he's really not. Like
Oh
he
no,
is
he's trying to do his job.
that man is trying really fucking hard
Can you
and this
imagine? Can you
dickhead
imagine
jock
trying to run a police department and fucking Gary Busey is working for you?
with 1,300 bank robberies that year.
I know, all by presidents.
Fucking hell, man. Like, that's a
Oh,
lot of bank robberies.
no wonder
And
he
you
was
got
uptight.
Boosie just cannonballing into a thing. You
Oh,
got Johnny Utah being a dickhead. Like, and like they just pretty much go through it all and they sort of, the villain that it's meant to be, obviously it's meant to be the Swayzenator, but the villain that like
hmm.
it could be. So another one I watched listened to is the Bend It Like Beckham one today.
Hmm.
And they were sort of saying like the mum and dad are meant to be the villains in that, but the mum and
Mm.
dads are literally just being like, I want you to do the right thing and not let your 16-year-old brain win you over. Like,
Come on, the villain of that film is Jonathan Rhys-Davies
uh,
rubbing
right?
pubescent girls' legs.
Genuinely. And
I mean,
knowing that Keira Knightley's after him, but then going like, I'm going to snog your mate.
I
You
want a bit.
adult man, you're going to
I feel
snog her.
I feel like an Indian tonight. It's not on.
Hideous.
She is so
Hideous.
cute though. Who is
Yeah.
the actress in that other than Keira Knightley, the main
I
star?
can't, I
She's
feel
gorgeous.
bad because, as a Anglo-Indian myself, I should memorize all of their names, but yes.
She was on ER. That's what
She was
she
in
went and did,
ER for
wasn't it?
so long, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
remember when I first saw Bend It Like Beckham, I was all like, Keira Knightley, she's pretty, but she's got this weird thing with the jaw. I like the Asian girl.
Paminda Nagra. Oh, she's
No.
born in Leicester,
All right, change my mind. Don't like her.
honestly.
You grew up in Shrewsbury, right?
No, North London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. How'd you end up in Shrewsbury then?
Um, my mum and dad moved. No, my mum and dad. We went on like a little like they went on a weekend somewhere up to Shrewsbury. I don't know why they chose Shrewsbury. And then we like they stayed at a hotel and they were like, "Oh, this is nice here." And then like me and my brother went up with them the next time. And then they came they then told like my mum's brother and then he was like, "Oh, my aunt Sue, like Sue's family all live in Shrewsbury."
Right.
And mum was like, "Oh, we're thinking about moving up there." And they were
Oh,
like, "Oh,
okay.
we'll move up there." And then my gran moved up. So like all my mum's
Ah.
side lives in Shrewsbury. None of us are from here.
What,
Like,
there was like a mass exodus to Shrewsbury.
yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Well,
it's a lovely town, I think. I've
sure.
been there once, not long ago. So it's
Yeah, and you
fresh in my
saw
memory.
everything that was you saw the
Did
KFC?
I see everything there in the 6 hours that I was out
Probably.
and not sleeping? I was
Yeah.
there for long.
I, it depends what you're after for Shrewsbury. If you want to go for lovely countryside hikes, or if you want to
Yes,
get a tattoo,
I do like that. Sometimes at the same time is good.
if you want to get a pint, a tattoo, a haircut,
Yeah.
or go for a walk, Shrewsbury's got you set.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any tattoos?
No, I don't. I don't really want one now, but when I was younger, I really wanted one, but I was just far too much of a coward to get one.
Fair.
Because everyone who got one said to me, I'd always ask, it's what everyone asks when someone gets a tattoo, did it hurt? And they'd be
Mm,
like fucking buggery. And I was like, well, Jesus, that sounds scary. I'm not doing that.
Jesus. Buggery's meant to be enjoyable.
Some people like it,
Yeah.
but
Maybe I'll love it.
horses for courses.
Out of all the ones I've ever had, the only time it ever hurt was the one
Buggery.
on my calf when it got
Oh, right.
right up to the
Sorry.
knee pit. And I was like,
Ouch.
yeah, that got me.
I've heard it's worse on the bony bits, like if you get it
Yeah.
on your collarbone or your shoulder blade or something like that.
Anywhere where it's sort of just it just vibrates your bone, that's when it gets you. Though I'm really annoyed because I've got the Akira like red and blue pill on my calf,
Nice.
but
You can't,
my
you can't, you can't really show me that, can you? It's gonna be hard to do.
no,
I
I
need
can
to
do
see
that.
that.
But my
That's
cousin
it.
was like, "Why do you have that Andrew Tate red pill blue pill shit?" And I was like,
Oh, fuck off, Tate. Jesus, he's ruining everything. Oh, that's amazing.
and then also, have you ever seen The Life Aquatic?
Yeah, I have a long time ago, but what, you got a picture of Bill Murray on your other thing?
No, I've got the same tattoo that he has, but on his arm, which is Jacqueline and then Deep Search.
Wow.
So
So you really love the Life Aquatic?
it's probably it was my favorite Wes Anderson for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I think Grand Budapest. Grand
That,
Budapest was simultaneously my favorite and the last time I gave a shit about his films.
yeah, I watched that pretty recently for the first time with my daughter, who is really interested in Wes Anderson. He's one of the
Mm.
first guys, like I think for a lot of people of her generation, or even probably your generation, probably not my generation, I'm a bit older. Are we the same generation? There's not much between us. But
How
anyway,
old are you?
I'm 50 this year. I'm 50 in a month.
No, unfortunately, there is a generation between us.
Yes. So I
Are
think
you
for your
you're Gen X,
generation,
aren't you?
I'm Gen X. Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you, Gen Y?
millennial.
Which is the same thing as Gen Y, isn't it? I get
Yeah,
confused.
must be. Yeah.
And I don't know what my daughter is. Anyway,
Oh,
um,
it should be like Gen A.
she's 13, so she Gen
Oh,
Z.
no, she'd be Gen Z. Gen
She's a
Z.
Zoomer. Zoomer.
Yeah. Anything
Um,
younger, it's Gen A, and I don't like the idea of that.
I think Gen Y and Zoomers both. There would be a tendency for maybe for my generation, which was like discovering the Coen brothers as your first auteurs. I think Wes Anderson
Yes.
maybe for them, a little bit for us too, but
I would say that there is definitely the with the millennials, you're either I don't want to use the elder millennial or the like the younger millennial.
mm,
And those sort of like I'm a elder millennial. I'm more Gen X in my sort of mentality and my
yeah,
interests.
yeah,
So I know what you're saying. Like I discovered the Coens before I discovered, other things, but then I also
yeah.
really loved all of sort of Kevin Smith's work and then Spike Jonze's work and all those kind of things.
Mm,
And
mm,
I really latched on with the whole what Linklater was saying in the Before trilogy, like, oh yeah, 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 that's totally it.
mm.
Um, and then when I found out I was a millennial, I was really gutted. I was like, no, 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 no. But I really liked
It's like finding out
Tenenbaums.
you're adopted.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh, well then who am I? But yeah, so I really like the Tenenbaums and what else did he do
Yeah.
early?
I do really like Wes Anderson and his later films that I've been watching a bit. Which one was the one I watched? Asteroid City? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It was incredibly oblique. I was like, I've got no idea what the fuck's going on in this movie at this point.
Mm. It that one
Looks
feels
nice.
like that's the one which has gone peak like you don't care what I'm saying. You just want to look at Wes Anderson setups.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like, kind of, but
yeah. There's sometimes I wonder if he's ever done anything as good as Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is,
probably not.
I mean, that's incredible
That
film.
is excellent, that film.
Yeah.
I
Um,
love Fantastic Mr. Fox.
but yeah, sorry. So I was saying the Grand Budapest Hotel, watched it for the first time recently. Really good. I've got a bunch of Wes Anderson gaps to fill, I think. But yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, I don't like what are the ones you're missing, and I can tell you whether they're going to be worth watching or
What
not.
have I not seen? The train one, Darjeeling Limited. Is that a train?
Oh, that is a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a nice one.
The French Dispatch. Haven't seen that.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's kind of just it's that second generation or the third generation of Wes Anderson films, which are now just I don't know.
Maybe
It's interchangeable.
maybe I haven't missed that much.
There's the
Um.
Phoenician Scheme that
Oh
came out
yeah,
recently, which
yeah.
I've
I
got
didn't see
no
that.
interest.
Yeah, I wasn't
Um,
that interested. What
there
have
was
I
those
not seen?
shorts he did for Netflix.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing those.
Some of them were all right.
Um, actually, maybe I've seen most of his films now. Maybe I think I filled those gaps because I've now seen Grand Budapest Hotel, Budapest Hotel. I watched Isle of Dogs like 2 nights ago with my
I enjoy
daughter.
Isle of Dogs.
It's good.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen the Royal Tenenbaums, which
Moonrise Kingdom.
I revisited Royal Tenenbaums and didn't love it as much as I used to. Still
Yep.
good. It's
Yep.
good, but
No, I
uh,
watched a YouTube documentary about how Gene Hackman was a cunt on that set and then remembered the film and I was like,
uh,
the film's fine, but
mm,
it's not great. Introduction
um,
to Elliott Smith
yeah.
is mainly what I like about it.
I just Elliot Smith. I mean, I went through a bit of an Elliot Smith phase, and whenever I hear his name, all I can think about is his method of suicide. It just
Or murder.
fucks me up. What? Is that a theory, is it?
Yeah, his girlfriend killed him.
It makes sense. Who kills themselves that way?
What, stabbing themselves in the heart twice with a pair of scissors?
Twice. I didn't realize it
Yeah,
was twice.
that's the thing.
That's
Like you
there's
get
the
a
rub.
scissor and you give yourself one of them.
Yeah.
I don't think you got the minerals to get it through your own chest
No
like
way. I
plate.
didn't know it was twice.
Yeah,
What cop was involved in that fucking investigation?
right.
He's obviously stabbed himself twice in the heart.
After coming in and being
Hang
like,
on, hang on
the
a
old
minute.
classic two in the heart. I hear you.
You're not going to tell me it was from behind as well now.
He fell down an elevator shaft onto some bullets.
Oh, I shouldn't. We shouldn't laugh about Elliot Smith's suicide or murder.
Sure.
Um, but I think Rushmore. I remember really loving back in the day. Yeah, so it's only the Darjeeling Limited. I think I haven't seen. So okay, that's good. I've got less work to do on the Wes Anderson front than I thought.
I yeah. Like it's a difficult one because I think there was a really strong period between like Bottle Rocket,
Mm,
Rushmore, all
mm,
the way to Grand Budapest, where you actually were excited for his films.
mm.
And then after that, I feel like it's now just rinse and repeat. And he's gone, I was going to say he's gone Woody Allen, but in that sort of, this year, Woody Allen falls in love with this starlet. And that's it. And it's just like Wes Anderson films are now like, now we've
This
got
year,
this year's hottest.
this 23-year-old girl inexplicably falls in love with Woody Allen.
Exactly.
Oh, let's not talk Woody Allen because I still love Woody Allen films.
Oh,
I
it's so
do.
hot. It's
I know he's a creep.
it's really difficult
Yeah,
because
Him and Polanski, they're like my problem children. What do I do with those boys?
God, I won't. I say I won't. Polanski did a film called Carnage,
Yeah, I've seen that.
and I want to see it, but it's probably the newest thing he's done, like since I was aware of his crimes.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like Tess and Ninth Gate and
hmm
Rosemary's Baby. They're all
Ninth,
excellent.
I love Ninth Gate.
Ninth Gate's excellent, and Polanski's made some absolute bangers, right?
Yes, he has.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
When I found out about his crimes, then I shan't watch the films after, is how I think of it. So,
The
go on.
the one thing I'd say about him, and it has no bearing on how we feel about him as a person, but I remember, and you would have missed this. I can remember when he was still celebrated and accepted by the Hollywood establishment while they knew of his crimes.
Mm,
And I remember watching a documentary on TV sometime about his work. And, this subject came up and they interviewed a bunch of famous people who were all like, I can't remember who, I wish I could remember who it was who said it and what the name of this documentary was, because I would love to dredge up this clip.
yeah,
But it was someone saying, yeah, she was 13 years old, but she was an old 13 years old, if you know what I mean. It was a woman. I remember that. And I remember even when I was like 16 or something, watching that going, this doesn't seem
that's not
okay.
cool.
And the tone of this film and everyone behind it, it was just the standard thing in Hollywood was like, yeah, he did that, but you know, and it's kind of like I remember at 16 thinking, yeah, but that is wrong. That is
I,
wrong. I'm sorry.
I think to throw that victim blame thing of like, yeah, but she was an old 13-year-old, you
Mm,
know what I mean? It's
mm.
like, yeah, but you're still a grown man fucking a child.
Oh, it's
Like,
gross. It's
I don't
gross.
care how mature you think she was. If I'm in a room and there's a 13-year-old, I'm always like, where are their fucking parents? Why are they here? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh
what's
no,
going on?
her parents were completely complicit in it. But if you want to
Yeah.
see something really interesting, I don't know if you are you familiar with Clive James, the Australian writer and journalist. He used to have a talk show in the UK that was really big, Saturday Night Live in the 80s.
Clive
Brilliant,
James.
brilliant writer, amazing. But he did you can find it on YouTube, an extended in like an hour-long interview he has with Roman Polanski in a restaurant in Paris after he's fled the US. Pretty hard hitting. He sits
Mm.
there and has dinner with him, and it's brilliant. It's even got the ads from like 1980s Australian
Oh,
TV
sick.
with like
Love it.
Apple advertising the new mouse. Look how this works. All that sort
Look.
of stuff. You move it. There's this person moving it really slowly. Anyway,
Ooh.
yeah, it's worth checking out. It's absolutely fascinating. He confronts him with this thing,
I'll
and
take a
he's like,
look.
"What do you want me to say?" You know, it's like
Y-
shrug.
That that you're sorry,
Yeah,
minimum,
yeah, yeah.
please.
It's really good.
I'll check that out because I was listening to Steve Coogan on the Louis Theroux podcast, and because they've both done a Jimmy Savile sort of like Louis interviewed him twice and then Steve Coogan played him,
Right.
they like properly talked about it and how they were just both really like, yeah, like he was untouchable. Like
Mm,
there's have I got news for you article like clips where people are like you used to be, a wrestler. And he's like, yeah, feared by every girl school in the country.
mm,
And it's
mm,
just like, you can
mm.
just say that, can you? Like,
I
that's,
mean, we're up to our ears in it now with the Epstein stuff,
mm,
and the the weird thing about I don't know if you've looked at Epstein's birthday book and all that stuff. It's all out there now,
that
and it's
letter
just
that
all
Woody
these.
Allen sent him. Have you seen
Well,
that?
no, I haven't seen that actually, but I've seen that everyone else, like
Yeah.
everyone, and it's sort of like, okay, so the elite of the world are all basically evil predators. This is the world we live in, apparently? Okay,
I,
I was always cynical, but I wasn't cynical
I
enough
didn't
about the world.
assume everyone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I think that's the weird thing that I always find, like that complicitness of, like, hey,
it's the sense of how they savored what they were doing that I find really fucking disturbing. It's like
yes.
Donald Trump saying, "We've got this wonderful secret."
Oh,
Fucking hell, Jesus.
it's it's fucking weird.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really
it,
weird.
it's so fucking weird. And I don't care if you want to be like, the list doesn't exist, but if it does exist, it's all lies, and I'm definitely not in it. And if I am in it, that's a fucking lie too. And
Hmm.
it's just sort of like,
It's too sad. We need to change the subject. Let's talk
bah.
about something. Let's talk about movies.
let's talk
Fuck
about
those guys.
let's talk about non-problematic films. Let's hope.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about my childhood, so probably not.
Ugh,
You don't want to open that up.
fuck.
Well,
Um,
good luck. Good luck with all of that.
Welcome to Your Life in Film. I'm your host, Ted Bennett. Joining me today is Rob Spencer. Rob is the co host of the film podcast Caliber 9 from Outer Space. I spoke to Joe as well, your other co host.
Yep.
So I'm going to judge which one of you is better and funnier throughout the episode.
What did he say about me?
You'll have to listen.
Ah, that's where you hook him in.
Guaranteed clicks.
Whatever he
Um,
said is a lie. That's
he
unless
said
it's
you're a
nice.
lovely man.
That stuff's true.
A
But
giant penis.
anything that sounds a bit slanderous is probably slander.
I always like to go the opposite. Whatever they said, it's definitely true. All right.
No
That's usually an
comment.
absolute dickhead. Yeah.
Well, that's
Spot on,
true
mate.
enough. But we all know that, so
Yeah.
that's okay.
Hang out with me for 5 minutes, you'll know. I have been on your podcast a
You
couple of
have.
times, your podcast, Caliber 9. For any of the listeners who haven't heard it, do you want to give it a brief sort of description of it?
Yeah, Caliber 9 from Outer Space is it's a podcast. We intend to celebrate cult films in all their glory. Cult is a very broad spectrum, which is great because it means we'll never run out of things to talk about. We do basically we devise a double feature every week that we will dive deep into. We watch, we'll get a guest in. Basically, we'll just shoot the shit for a couple of hours about a film. It's good fun. We have a laugh. The films are great. I really hope anytime anyone says to me, I'm discovering all these films because of your podcast, that is the purpose of the podcast.
That is excellent feeling, isn't it?
Oh, it's so great. And we're getting a lot of that recently. People saying, oh, I'd never heard of any of these films. Whereas to me, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I think we're being a bit too obvious. And we go pretty obscure. So
But do you,
we probably go way too obscure.
I really like that about it because I suggested the film. And you guys were like, I
Mm,
bought a vampire motorcycle, and you guys were
mm.
like, I've never heard of this, and
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like, yes,
yeah,
like I was
yeah,
so pleased. I was like, finally, I'm the obscure one, even
yeah.
on an obscure film podcast. But then when Charlie was on, Charlie Adlard for the listener,
Mhm.
he was saying that he felt like his options were too mainstream.
He always says that. He was like, I want to do Suspiria, but that's probably too mainstream. And we're like, it's brilliant. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not like
it's really not.
no.
But you get strata of film nerds, and to a certain stratum of film nerd, yeah, Suspiria is obvious.
Sure.
But to 99% of the world's population, it's
Mm.
quite obscure. So, um,
Colin, one of my previous guests, he was like he's pretty much based his entire filmmaking career on like giallo cinema. So
mm,
to him, like
mm,
that's the only cinema, you
yeah.
know? And it's like that's lovely.
I really enjoyed your discussion with him on Italian films and Charlie and stuff like that because it is a great passion of mine, and I'm a little bit the same. To me, Suspiria is quite obvious, but I'm very happy to do an episode on
Very
Suspiria.
happy.
And yeah, if I guess in a way, I guess the only thing is once you do it, it's like that's it. No other guest can choose that now. So get in early, people.
100, yeah,
You want to be in. If you want
you
to
say
grab
it
the next
first.
Suspiria,
You own it.
it's yours for posterity.
If
And
that's the case, then I would like to do a whole series on Cat 3 Hong Kong cinema.
we should.
I
We've done a
fucking
few.
will.
We've done a
I
few.
watched Naked Killer the other day. I'm going to watch Robotrix.
I've not seen. I've got to say, I am relatively inexperienced with Cat 3 cinema, but I am very passionate about what I have seen so far.
Right?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Tits and guns.
Well, and the rest of it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
I mentioned the tame shit,
yeah. Tits and guns is the least offensive shit in Cat 3.
but I love it. There's
It's
something
great.
about 80s, 90s Hong Kong cinema that I fucking adore. And it started with like Jackie Chan films, and
Mm,
then
mm,
it's sort of going out into like Chow Yun Fat, City on Fire, all that kind of stuff.
mm,
And then through that, learning about Cat 3 films and being like,
mm,
whoa, 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 what's all
mm.
this?
Yeah.
And in the same way that I think South Korean cinema has a really good dark humor, like a real genuine like black humor to it,
Yeah.
that you don't get in a lot of Western cinema in that mainstream sense, blah blah blah. Like South Korean films, I think are sort of great for that. I think Hong Kong cinema has this absolutely absurd, but we're taking everything seriously,
Mm,
and it's just like I don't I don't know how you thought anything you're doing made sense, but
mm.
you cannot take this out of the script now because it's so embedded, and I
You
love
know,
it.
you know what though? There's a word that's like entering my head right now when I think about what is about a Hong Kong cinema that I love, and that word is id. It's our ids.
It
It's the
really
same.
is.
It's the same thing I love about Italian cinema of the 60s and
Yes.
70s, but it's
Live
and the
like a cock,
80s.
die like a man.
Yeah, but it's dial that up a bit more for Hong Kong.
Yes. Yes. That's spot on.
Yeah.
It's such an odd mix of just like everything you've ever wanted
Mm.
in this film
Or feared.
or
Hopes and
feared.
fears.
Oh. All right, that's it. We're doing a Cat 3 season.
Yeah, yeah, well, absolutely. I'm going to get in touch with you shortly because I'm about sorted out my current slate. I think we've got like a few more episodes left of the last lot I've scheduled, so I'm about to get in touch with you to go, what are we doing next, Ted? So that might be
Nice.
it.
Can't wait. So let's jump into the first question. What was the first film you saw at the cinema?
This is a very vivid memory for me. The first film I ever saw at the cinema. Look, I can even remember, I was thinking about this today, preparing, mentally prepping myself for this grueling endurance test that is the Your Life in Cinema podcast. I can even remember the drive in and back. But in a weird, I've been trying to analyze my memories of it because I was 5.
Okay.
I was with my dad, no one else. My dad took me to see a movie, and I can kind of remember looking out the window of the car and the feeling of that, but I can't remember what I was looking at. It's really weird.
That
It's
is
so
weird.
abstract. Yeah. Anyway, the first film I ever saw in the cinema was Clash of the Titans, 1981.
Nice.
And what's more, because I've thought about this a bit, it was extremely influential on how I have processed and consumed cinema for the rest of my life. So this is the first time I ever went into this big dark room with this huge screen and this immersive experience. And it's like, we're talking Ray Harryhausen, stop
Mm,
motion, Greek myths.
good shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, so is it any wonder that I became this fucking Dungeons and Dragons nerd for the rest of my life? So I was like, this is fucking amazing. And what I vividly remember is the scene in the Medusa's cave when
Mm.
they go in and take out the Medusa, this incredible Harryhausen stop motion stuff going on. I mean, the film is cheesy as fuck. If you watch it
Yeah.
now, it's like Harry Hamlin in the lead role. I mean, Laurence Olivier's in it too, but he's hamming it up. It's got a lot of great actors in it, but it's not a finely wrought piece of cinema.
It's bad when I would say I think Jason and the Argonauts is a better acted film.
Yes, yeah. The thing with Jason and the Argonauts, it's from what, 63, so it benefits from a bit of, we'll make allowances because it's an old film and everyone's acting in a stilted old way. Whereas
Sure.
81, it's sort of the modern era. Harryhausen was an old man.
That's true, yeah.
And the acting, I mean, you got the star of LA Law playing a Greek hero.
I mean, Exodus Gods and Kings, the Ridley Scott joint, had Batman playing Moses.
That's a weird fucking movie. Anyway,
I
um,
I tell you what's weird about that film. I went to Warner Brothers to go see it. Went into the offices, saw someone I recognized, so I nodded at them, then realized I just nodded to Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott just stared at me until I bowed my head, instantly texted my dad, went in to
wow.
watch this film, watched the film, thought, that's a pile of shit. And at the end, it says dedicated to my brother Tony. And I was like, you won me back, sir.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair play. Yeah, so this sequence in the Medusa's cave was such a moment of pure magic for me that for a long time I realized whenever I went back to the cinema, I expected that level of heightened reality, of
Yes.
magic on screen, not a fucking drama, not something set in the real world, something set in a complete fantasy world where we have made monsters come to life for you and all that kind of thing. Now, I grew up through the 80s, so I got quite a lot of that anyway. So most of the time I wasn't disappointed. But this anchors me in a period of time where everyone does this. They sort of grieve for the younger generations who go, oh, that you didn't get the experience that I did. Yeah.
Mm.
That's where it comes from. It all comes from Clash of the Titans. If you look at my letterbox profile, my profile pic is Calabos smoking a cigarette. Um,
Is it?
yeah, yeah, it is. It's Clash of the Titans is my main formative cinema experience. So, who was the director? Desmond Davis, I think his name is. I haven't seen any of his other films. He made a few films in the 60s too. British guy. That guy could like it's no one has influenced how I enjoy film and my love of cinema more than he did with that film.
So your dad took you, but did you express an interest in it? Did your dad say like, "Oh, this has got, some people in it"? Nothing like that?
I honestly can't remember because I was like 5. So I must have been because if it came out in 81, I'm born sort of at the end of the year. So I must have been five. I remember not long after that, the second film he took again, just him and me. He took me to see Empire Strikes Back, which was similarly formative.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know any of the context around it or what was going on. I was just, yep, you're a little kid, you're a baby in a car off to see a movie. Let's see it. And it's just, yeah, it's a very pure, very happy memory for me. And it was certainly very influential. And I wonder sometimes, would I love film as much as I do now if I didn't have such an amazing first experience with it?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's there's something with me. Jurassic Park wasn't the first film I saw at the cinema because it was deemed too scary for me.
Hmm.
But Jurassic Park was the first film that I was aware who a director was, what they did, and I was like, who's this Steven Spielberg character?
Yeah.
And I often think like, ooh, if I was a year too early or a year too late, well, if I was a year too early, I would have been able to go to the cinema. But if I was a year too late, like, would I have just been far too young, not have acknowledged it, whatever, whatever, whatever? And would I just not have cared about film? I just would have missed it, you
Mm.
know? Or would
Mm.
I have thought Schindler's List was my film for Spielberg that year? I don't know.
Mm.
But it's that you don't know what could trigger that love in film, and
Mm.
it was just you and your dad in the car going off
Mm.
to see a movie. That's what you might love.
Well, the fact I remember that is interesting.
Yeah, because
Mm.
if you said you remembered the drive home or the drive there, but not both, if that makes
Mm.
sense, it's
Mm.
like,
Mm.
oh, you remembered the entire event.
Oh yeah, I can remember it being daytime on one leg of the journey and nighttime on the other leg. So yeah.
Also, can I say, I don't think there's anything better than going into the cinema in the day and coming out at night. I
Oh
don't know what
yeah.
it is. There's something
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
You've seen a film. It's now nighttime when you get out. I love it.
You know what I've come to appreciate more as I've got older though? The matinee showing. The
Right.
the
Okay.
decadence of going in just after lunch,
Tuesday at 11
maybe.
o'clock, mate.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
or
the
before
only
lunch,
time.
coming out, you've had a whole immersive dark experience. You come out and you're
Mm.
like, oh, the day is young.
Daylight, babe. What's going on
Yeah.
here?
It's
No,
not even night.
the only time I go to the cinema, sort of, if I'm on my own going to the cinema, it's Tuesday, 11 o'clock. First showing in the
Yep.
week, because I'm just like, yes, yes, please. It's
Yeah.
probably only me in there, and I can just sit in this whole room and just be like, God, I love cinema.
So good. The
So
morning
good.
showing, what you do is, yeah, you've got the fucking theater to yourself.
Mm.
They've written it off, but they might as well open. They're paying minimum wage. Fuck it.
So,
Open up.
if they sell one ticket, they're not allowed to turn the film off. That's the
Right.
deal. So, I used to be a
Okay.
projectionist. So, if they sold no tickets, you ran the ads. If no one came in after the ads,
Write it off.
you were allowed to turn the bulb off. But the problem is, back when it was old film projectors, you still had to play the film because it was going
Okay.
from one platter to another. You couldn't stop it and rewind it. You'd still have to play the whole film.
Okay. So you might as well.
So
Yeah.
you're just saving the life on the lamp essentially. But with
Okay.
digital, beep, off that fucker goes. So if it's
Yeah.
only me, I'm wasting everything for him.
Yeah. For a while in Sydney, when I was in my 20s, I moved to a part of Sydney. It was kind of I moved from the suburbs into the inner city where it was a bit funkier and cooler. And I had
Sure,
money and I didn't have any kids.
the dream.
And I could do whatever I wanted. And um,
He now loves
I
his
lived
family.
I lived down the road from a kind of art house cinema, a good one, to show
Okay,
good stuff, like Tarantino or whatever.
yeah.
And it was a thing for me on a Saturday. Yeah, the 11 o'clock showing, go in. I've probably woken up. I've probably been out pissing it up the night before, having a great time. Fuck, life was good back then. And then you'd get up, just really stock up on caffeine, big
Mm.
time, get into an early showing, and the caffeine kind of like you're sharp, you're watching the film, you're picking everything up. You might fade at the end of it because you've had too much coffee.
Why not?
Well, that's okay. But you'd get out. It's like, okay, time to get some Thai or whatever. Good stuff. Good times.
Yeah,
Cinema's great.
cinema is great, and the fact that I was a projectionist for so long meant that I was paid to go sit in a dark corridor and have all of these films clack, 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 clacking around, and it was always like,
Mm,
I love my job. This is
mm.
so good. And then you'd get a brain wrap where the film would snap, and then a siren would go off, and it would shit yourself.
Oh, okay. Or did you have to glue it together and all that sort of shit? Or did
Yeah, you have to. Well, if you get a brain wrap, You have to stop the film. Sometimes you can. No, you have to stop the film. Take off the motor of the tray. Ease all the tension off of the film.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't actually snap the film at that point. It just sort of freezes and then it shuts off everything. So then you go and you fix all that. If it
Yeah.
does cut or if it does get a burn through, you then have to get the two pieces and splice them back together with tape. And it was,
Wow.
ooh.
Hardcore.
I
That's
tell you what,
pressure.
I had to leave the booth after a while because I couldn't handle the
Mm,
pressure of it. Like it, you just get that.
yeah.
You'd be waiting to hear that siren. It was horrible. So you said you'd grown up in Sydney. The cinema that you went to as a kid was that wasn't the one that you would go to as the most then. That wasn't like your cinema for years.
What, the one for my first film?
Yeah.
No, when I was that young, I was living in a different city, a city called Wollongong, the good city of Wollongong, which is about an hour south of Sydney. Steel City. I have my very early childhood, I lived in this place. It was unbelievably idyllic. We lived in a place called Warilla, which is sort of like an outer suburb of Wollongong. But
Mm.
Wollongong's on the coast of east coast of Australia, and the coast of New South Wales is just riddled with amazing beaches.
Mm.
Beautiful. And so we lived in this place.
I've only been
Apparently,
to Bondi Beach, so I can't.
yeah, it's which is amazing.
It's
To an
lovely.
Australian, to even to someone from Sydney, it is amazing that Bondi Beach is world famous because it's one of 1,000 beaches up the east coast of New South Wales.
That whole
Anyway,
Golden Coast is like meant to
yeah,
be
yeah, but everyone's like,
spectacular.
"You've got to see Bondi Beach. It's got yellow sand and surf." It's like, yeah,
There's that
so does
outside
a fucking 100,000 other beaches up the
ocean
coast.
swimming pool in the rock. That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, it is not. I mean, Bondi is a great place, but anyway,
Good fish and
um,
chips.
I grew up in this place. I literally lived a 2-minute walk from the beach. We were a block away from it. And we used to, so I thought everyone had a beach to grow up near
Right.
when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Anyway, one of the first jobs I ever got, I was working, and there was a guy there from Wollongong, and I'd not lived in down there for ages. I didn't know anything about it other than when I was like 5 or 6.
Hmm.
And he's like, "I'm from Wollongong," and I was like, "Really?" I lived in Wollongong when I was a kid. I used to live in a place called Warilla. And this guy, he just laughed at me. I was like, what are you laughing at? And he's like, oh, sorry. It's just that, we make jokes about people from Warilla being like, they fuck their sisters and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay. That's a shock to me. And also great way to like win friends and influence people.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
like totally trash their
Man, you
heritage.
seem like a dickhead. I'm going to go home and tell my sister about you.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not like this guy after
No.
that. But yeah, it was not the same cinema. It was, I don't know where it was. It was a bit of a drive away, but it was down in this place that we used to live down on the coast.
Luckily, you are of an age where VHS was readily available by the sounds of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long after this episode, but yeah, there was no VHS at the time. This is the time where I can remember a time where going to the movies was the way to see movies because yeah, you could wait like what felt like 10 years to see something on TV.
Yeah.
But other than that,
No chance.
no, they didn't exist apart from the cinema and the odd crappy movie on TV. They didn't show much good stuff.
So, what film did you watch over and over again as a kid?
Right. Well, that coincided with the advent of VHS in the kind of like early to mid 80s. I think we got our first VCR, and we'd record stuff.
Yeah.
The amazing phenomenon of being able to record stuff off TV and watch it over
Oh,
and over again. And there was a lot of
love it.
stuff that I watched that the VHS tape must have been completely degraded. It must have been
Yeah.
mostly like it's like Disney specials and stuff, like Donald Duck specials or Christmas specials, that kind of stuff. That was very exciting for me. But I think there was a lot of films I watched over and over and over. But I think I was thinking about this question because it's a hard question for me to answer because there's a lot. But I think maybe the one that got the most rewatches was probably Airplane.
Oh, really?
Mm,
I mean, that's not a bad one to rewatch.
well, there's a reason I watched it over and over. I thought it was the fucking funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
We
Uh,
were a Naked Gun household, so
Okay, well, this was
yeah,
I can remember Naked Gun coming out, and they're like,
yeah.
it's by the makers of Airplane. So, well, I'm into
Well, it's
that
got to
then.
be fucking good then.
Yeah, yeah. In Australia, by the way, it was called Flying High. I never knew it was called Airplane until very late in life.
Oh, interesting.
Flying High.
What was their reason for that?
No idea. Why do they change any title anywhere? But I remember, by the way, incidentally, I mentioned the second time I went to the cinema, I saw Empire Strikes Back.
Mm.
I have vivid memories of that trip. Would this have been the same year? Or was it Clash of the Titans? It might have been Clash of the Titans, actually. It might have been the same trip. That in another theatre, they were playing Flying High, as it was to me. And I
Oh,
remember the poster. It was the weird poster of the plane that's kind of like
in
all
a knot.
bulbous. Yeah, in a
Yeah,
knot. And I thought, well, that looks sort of grown up. And I can vividly remember walking past the door and hearing people losing their shit in there, laughing their
excellent.
asses off, thinking, oh, it must be a funny thing.
I missed that at the cinema. People,
Yeah,
the last film I saw where everyone was losing their mind was fucking Austin Powers 3.
right.
Since then, I've not been in a cinema where everyone's been laughing.
This is what, you know what, as a cinephile, this is something I probably shouldn't admit, but I am most interested in seeing films at the cinema which are either comedies or horror, because that is where you get the communal,
They're,
demonstrative experience of expressing how you feel about it.
a drama doesn't necessarily need to be seen in an audience.
No, but I mean, even I really want to, I mean, I do really want to go see the new PTA film. I gotta
Yeah,
go see it.
I do too.
But most of the time, when I do make the effort to go to the cinema, it's probably going to be a horror film and probably a crappy whatever's on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because if I get a room full of people, even if it's teens going on stupid, it's a horror film. That's what it's all about. It's cinema for
Yeah.
me.
I saw the new Naked Gun at the cinema, and
Oh, that would have been great. I've heard that's great. I've not seen it
it
yet.
was great fun. I had a wonderful time. At first, I was very reluctant because I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, what are you doing? Why
Oh,
are
the
you?
trailer turned me off big time, but I've heard so
And
much
that's
good
the
stuff.
opening of the film.
Right.
And I was so unimpressed by that trailer. I was like, fucking him in a little school. I don't care.
Mm.
And then I think it was like two or three jokes in. I was like, all right, fair fucks, you got me.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
this is good. I like
Oh, I
this.
gotta see it. I gotta see it.
And then there was a couple behind me having a great time, just having a fucking blinding time, laughing and joking. And I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to
Mm.
hear. I want to hear this being funny. I'm laughing at shit. You're laughing at shit that I don't think's funny, but you fucking love it. I
Mm.
love that. I love
Mm.
that about the cinema. And it's the
Yeah,
same with
definitely.
horrors, like when someone gets scared and then they
Oh,
start giggling because they got scared. You're like, yeah,
one
this
one
is
of my
great.
greatest experiences when I was a teenager seeing Arachnophobia in the cinema.
Oh, nice.
I just remember the feeling of I am being deafened by girls screaming in this cinema, but I kind of love it. This is so cool.
New
They're
King
so
Comox.
scared. You know,
Yeah.
I'm weird that way. But we should talk about. Can we talk about Airplane for a bit? Because
Yeah, sure.
I got to pay tribute for it to Airplane. It's a film I watched over and over as a kid, and then I remember I went through a certain period of not watching it, and I remember rediscovering it one time when I was going to uni, living with some friends. Certain substances may have been ingested, and putting it on. I think the hardest I've ever laughed in my life is towards the end of that, where he's having his Ted Stryker is having his flashbacks, this sort of war footage, and it starts going into like all the weird flying contraptions. And he's superimposed over it sweating, and it's like the guy with the wobbling wing thing, people diving off cliffs in these stupid flying contraptions. I don't know what it is about that scene. It every time I see it, it makes me die laughing. It's just the seriousness. I think it's the whole thing with Airplane. It's the whole Leslie Nielsen thing where it comes
Yeah.
from. It's the dead serious cinema guy or TV movie guy, really taking something serious, which is so fucking stupid. I just
And
love it.
it's so fucking stupid as well. I think that's the thing. Like, absurdist comedy isn't the mainstay of comedy. So when they make something
Mm,
that's an absurdist, and I get it, like if I see an old Vic and Bob, like, over here, I
yeah,
love it. I go
yeah.
absolutely bonkers for an old Vic and Bob
Which
because I
I've never,
love.
which I've never seen, by the way, although I know who they are, and I think they're
Oh,
really funny. But yeah, I gotta check some of those
get
out
some
actually.
Vic Reeves Big Night Out. That is good stuff.
And it's
And
Bob Mortimer, right?
yeah,
And the Graves, yeah.
and I would say Bob Mortimer is probably, I think, the funniest man in the world.
I didn't know who Bob Mortimer was until I watched Last One Laughing. Have you seen that? That
That
Amazon
joke. Morning, I
the
said. No, I was having a shit. I couldn't breathe to the point where Kirsty had to like pause the episode and be like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "I don't, I couldn't handle it." It was the funniest thing ever.
I like the one where he goes, there was a kidnapping at my son's school, but it's all right. He woke up eventually. Oh, that's great. I love one-liners.
I was reading it's either reading or listening to his autobiography on a flight once, and he was expressing how much he hated something that he would sooner clean a jumbo jet with a mouse's eye patch than do it again. And I fucking lost it. just absolutely cackling. Complete silence too. So,
Yeah, that's when
yeah,
you know it's funny when
yeah,
you are no longer making any noise as you're laughing. You're just convulsing.
yeah. And that's the thing. Airplane, the Hot Shots movies, and
Yeah.
like the Naked Gun films, they really do it for me. They are the
Oh,
sort of like that's comedy. Like
so fucking good, man. I
they're
mean,
so good, those films.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I even love Airplane too. That was another film that we used to watch over and over again. And to me, there was no difference between them. I go back and watch it now, and I'm like, well, Airplane 2 is just basically doing the same jokes as Airplane 1. As a kid, you don't care.
Yeah, your shit.
The only reason that Airplane 2 is worth watching is just because it has William Shatner in it, and he's
Excellent.
fucking hilarious.
Is he redoing his Twilight Zone?
No,
Okay.
he's like the commander of the moon because they're going to the moon in a space shuttle. He is the commander of the moon base, and there's the great scene where someone tunes him in on a sci-fi like video monitor thing, and
Mm.
he's like, it's the whole scene where he goes, "Well, we need to go to the tower," and he's like, "We don't have a tower, so we've only got a bridge." And he's like, "What do you mean we don't have a tower?" It's like, "No, we have no tower. We only have a bridge." And he's like, Why the hell wasn't I informed of this?" And he opens the door, and it turns out he was just standing. It's just a window. He was looking at the guy. It's totally stupid, but it's just so. It's the Shatner effect. I honestly, by the way, William Shatner is one of the funniest people
Yeah.
in history. Just not trying to be funny.
He
He's just funny.
he has been burdened with a dramatic role his entire career.
I fucking love William Shatner.
He's
I love him.
he is very good. Did you
Yeah.
see I did you watch Fanboys?
No, what's that?
Fanboys is a film about four friends, I think it's four friends, who are desperate to see Star Wars Episode 1 before it's released. One of their friends is dying of cancer and it's terminal. So they think, right, we're going to write a letter to George. We're going to get to Lucas Ranch. We're going to break in. We're going to watch this film. We're going to watch it before you die. And the whole film is
Right.
them trying to get to like the ranch to watch the film. And along the way, their biggest sort of, I guess, the antagonists in that film are Star Trek fans. And they're like
Okay.
always taking the piss out of each other and all that stuff. And then at the end, like Shatner appears and they're like, man, he's a cool motherfucker. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
what you
it's pretty good.
like, Shatner's a cool motherfucker. Um, and it was written by Ernest Cline, who did Ready Player One.
Okay,
And I
yeah, yeah.
believe it was a true story. As
Oh,
in, there was someone who was dying of cancer, and Lucas gave him an early print, well, a chance to watch a print before he passed.
if you want to see a great Shatner moment, check out. Have you ever seen the film Kingdom of the Spiders?
No.
Oh, you need to check out Kingdom of the Spiders. It's an animal attack film, as they were all the
Beautiful.
rage for a while there. It's
Yeah.
about spiders, tarantulas. Many tarantulas must have died in the making of this film. There are lots of them. This is a film I saw very young as well on a VHS rental, and I watched it again recently. And there's a bit where they're constantly surrounded by spiders. William Shatner stars in it. There is a bit where they are inundated by spiders, and he has to pick them off his co-star actress off
Mm.
her hands and arms. And there's a moment where one must have bit him, and he squeals like a girl, and it's just it is one of the funniest things I've ever. There's no way he was acting.
That was
Oh,
genuine fear.
because I mean, to be fair, that's what I would do. I don't like spiders. If I picked up one of these fucking things, people can tell me they're harmless all they want. If I feel some little sharp stabs going into my finger, I am going to squeal like a
It's go
girl.
time. It's go time.
Yeah.
I'm fine with spiders, providing I know where they are.
You didn't grow up in Australia.
Exactly.
Mm.
I remember walking up to my hotel in Australia once, and my girlfriend at the time was like, "Oh, a spider." And I looked at the floor, should have looked at the wall. There was the size of a fucking hand, this
Huntsman.
spider,
Yeah.
just on the wall at eye level, and I was like, "Get fucked."
Yeah. When there's one time when I was a teenager, I used to often crash at my friend's place, and we'd be out. Well, I say teenager when I was like 18.
Hmm.
Let's not break the law. We'd be out pissing it up. The next morning, I remember his older sister, who was like she was like kind of hot. You know, she
Yeah.
was like a good looking, cool, popular girl. Anyway,
Cool. Yeah. Sure.
she came into the room while I was sleeping on the floor and
Hey.
said, "Let saliva dripping out of my mouth,
Yeah.
probably I'm trying to look cool." She goes, "Rob, are you scared of spiders?" And I said, "No, not really," because I was trying to be macho. She's like,
Nuh-uh.
there's one in the hallway. They had this really long hallway. There's one in the hallway above the bathroom door. It's really freaking me out. Would you mind getting rid of it? I was like, yeah, it's fine. No problem. Walked up the hallway, and this fucking massive huntsman was sitting above the door on the wall.
Get fucked, man.
It only had three legs, so
Tough as nails.
it had gone through some trauma. I imagine it
Shit.
got in a fight with their dog or something, probably. Anyway, it was up there, just sitting there because they don't move. They'll sit there. I once had a huntsman sleep like sitting on the wall above my bed, above my head in the bedroom for like it felt like a month. It didn't move, and I just ignored it. Didn't think anything. This was before this incident. Anyway, so I was like, "It's fine. It's a huntsman. It's just sitting there. I'll get rid of it." And then I thought I'll just walk past it. And I'll
Yeah.
go into the kitchen and find a jug or something that I can put over it. And then I got this feeling as I was about to walk past it, where I was like, I don't like the way it's looking at me. And I backed against the opposite wall and
Yeah.
started inching across the wall. And it just sat there doing nothing. And just as I got like perpendicular to it, like literally like at a 90-degree angle, the fucking thing jumped out at me.
Get fucked.
And I screamed like a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know
Like
what I
any
did.
sane person would.
I assume I collapsed and leapt or something, whatever.
You just turned into
It,
that wriggling mess.
yeah, yeah. It somehow had landed back on the wall, so it must have like secreted a bit of web and like jumped out and then slung back
I
or
love
something.
how what it did was just mean mugged you like,
Yeah, yeah. It was like
and
a
like an
fuck.
absolute bitch, you fell down.
It was like Billy Connolly talking about the blue ringed octopus. It's like fuck off. And I ran into their kitchen, found bug spray, and came back and just drowned this thing in bug spray. So I was like, I'm sorry,
I didn't kill
you.
it.
I don't like to kill animals, but
Controversial opinion.
you can't do that.
You can't make me look a fool in front of a pretty girl.
That's right. She's right there,
My
and
guy,
I look a right ass right now.
what's the
You
where's
must
the pro
die.
code now? Huh? You gonna mug me off?
I was going to gently put you into jug. You fucking die a
You son
horrible
of a bitch.
chemical death.
So
I'm not
can
proud of it.
I like Huntsman venomous?
Uh, Technically, yes, but they won't. It won't really hurt you. I mean, it will hurt you, but it won't kill you. It won't make you sick. This is how we
Oh, it'll
grade
just
things in Australia.
yeah, fucking
It's
hell.
like, will it put you in hospital? No, so it's not really venomous. It'll just hurt like buggery.
Is it the same as scorpions? The smaller they are, the worse they are.
Oh, is that the case? So I got stung by a little scorpion once, and it hurt like fucking yeah, it really
Yeah,
hurt.
I believe I'm also quoting Brendan Fraser from The Mummy, but the smaller they are, the more deadly,
I don't know.
which is what I tell the
I went
ladies.
to Mexico with a friend of mine, and he like we were at this beach, and he's like, "I'm gonna get changed into my swimmers." I don't know why he hadn't done it already, and he went into this like really rickety looking old booth thing that
Mm.
was there, and he came out and he was white as a sheet, and I was like, "What's the matter?" And he's like, "Oh, I got in there and I shut the door and I turned around and I like bent over and I was putting my ass was right near the door and I got up and I turned around to go out and there was this big fucking white scorpion sitting there and I just had a moment." I was like, "Yeah, fair enough." I don't like them either. I don't like spiders or
Fucking hell.
scorpions.
Again, if I'm in an environment where I know they're around and someone goes, spider, I go, correct. There is
Yeah,
one there, right?
correct.
I don't care.
We know they don't hate us.
They
They're
don't
gonna
hate
ignore
us. They're
us.
not wasps. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas if I'm sat on the couch and the other day I picked up a t-shirt off the floor
Ooh.
to put back on because I'm a
Right.
scumbag,
Yeah.
and a spider fell on the bed. Now I
Mm.
wasn't ready for that.
No.
Kirsty
Who?
was in the bedroom, so I kept my cool. She lost her mind. But it's that thing of like if a spider is like if I was sat here talking to you right now and I saw a spider like there, I wouldn't give a shit. But if all of a sudden there was one on my shoulder, I'd shit myself.
It's just it makes no logical sense. Can't stand the thought of like a British spider. You see, like I've got them in my shed. There's these big hairy spiders. I know they're
Yeah.
harmless. If one of them bites me, it's like it's not going to hurt as much as what I hurt myself in a random day, like running
Yes.
into walls or whatever I do because I'm clumsy.
Stubbing your toe.
Yeah, nowhere near as bad as stubbing your toe. But
Treading on a piece of Lego.
it evokes such terror in me.
Yeah.
The thought that a little animal is malevolently doing me harm freaks me out.
Leading on from that question, what was the first 18 rated film you saw and how old were you?
We're really slow getting through these. This is really hard for me to know 'cause I really don't know, but I'm just going to tell you the one that impacted me that I probably shouldn't have been watching. I reckon.
Before you answer, sorry, is
So
the rating system in Australia the same as the UK?
Pretty similar. It's not the same because I've noticed in the UK things that are rated 18 are like they would not be rated 18 in Australia.
Okay,
But in Australia, you've got it's sim. No, it's different from the US. You've got G, anyone can watch it. You've got
guidance.
PG,
Okay.
which is pretty innocuous. Then you've got M for mature audiences, which is sort of unofficially kind of 15 and above, but it's not enforced. They don't like anyone can go into an M movie. A kid
Oh,
can.
okay.
But then you've got R, and R in Australia is pretty hardcore. It's the 18 only, it's restricted. You're not
Mm.
allowed to go in without an adult. So, as a kid or a teenager, for me, R films that I was really interested in, I couldn't see unless I found, I went to a sleepover and someone had rented it,
But you couldn't do that over here. And 18 at the cinema meant you had to be 18. So even if you took your mum and it was like, my mum said it's okay, they'd be like, great, good for her. You
It
gotta
might
wait, son.
be, you may even be right. It might be the same in Australia. Anyway, there was some sort of control. They would actually stop you going in.
Yeah.
I thought you had to be accompanied, but maybe not. Maybe you weren't allowed. Yeah, it might be the same. But somehow, I don't know how this happened because I've done the math on this. I must have been 7 or 8. I saw an American Werewolf in London somehow. I don't know where
Okay.
because my parents were quite they would not
Negligent.
let me watch stuff. No, they would
Oh,
not let me watch stuff
oh shit.
that I wasn't supposed to, that they thought I wasn't supposed to. But I think they weren't very good at enforcing it because I do seem to have watched a lot of R-rated stuff when I was a kid. And I don't know how. I can't remember how. And I don't remember how I watched this, but I definitely saw this. I remember getting the VHS. I remember the cover, the kind of the blue cover, and it's got the sort of photo of one of the transformation scenes of him turning into the werewolf up close, the sort of the head shot of it. So I saw this when I was 6 or 7. It honestly fucked me up for a long time. It scared the absolute fucking shit out of me because that is actually a fucking scary movie.
Yeah, like the bit when he's in the bed and he's got like the demonic face, that's a bit much.
Yeah, that was what I used to have nightmares about that scene. The
Yeah.
the bed he's in the hospital but in the forest and he opens
Yeah.
up and he's got the green fangs.
Yeah.
The one that messed me up more was when he's running through the forest naked. He has that there's the dream sequences that are really bad in
Mm.
that. He's running through the forest naked and then he catches a deer and rips its head off and then bites into its bloody neck stump as if it's eating it. That really messed me up because I was kind of
Yeah.
like, that looks gross. Why would you eat raw meat? That bothered me more than anything. And the other one, obviously, is I call it the pigmen scene. I don't know why I call it pigmen. Someone at some point in my life said that those guys are the pigmen. It's the one where he's back home in his family house
Yeah.
watching the Muppets and the Nazi mutant guys come in and just blow everyone away with machine guns.
Right. Yeah.
Oh
Pigmen.
man. Yeah, some kid I think has said to me, "Yeah, they're pigmen," and I've gone through life calling it the pigmen scene. I don't know why. I don't think that's what they're called. Anyway, yeah, that film kind of messed me up, but I credit it as the probably the reason I love horror movies. Did you get this? Did you have a traumatic experience as a kid that turned you on to horror? I certainly did. That did to me. I became fascinated by the whole idea of this form of cinema.
I was a massive cowdy custard, and
Right.
I couldn't watch horror films until I was probably in my 20s.
Right.
Yeah.
But you are a horror fan now, right?
Oh
Are
yeah,
you or
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I am like my brother's messaged me the other uh, a while ago. My brother messaged me going saying it's bonkers that you're a horror guy now
Right.
because I was such a coward as a kid, and
Okay.
especially ghosts and alien stuff that really got me.
Okay.
So
Ghosts and aliens.
ghosts and
Interesting.
aliens because they're the things that I most believed could happen
Mm-hmm.
at the
Yeah.
time. Now I don't. I can watch. Now I'm so desensitized. I can watch anything. It
No,
doesn't get me. But
I don't
ghosts
believe
don't
I
get
don't
me.
believe in that shit, but in theoretically they could exist as opposed to like
Yes,
werewolves, which we know don't exist.
exactly. Even though they're all just equally as far-fetched.
Yeah.
Um, aliens, though, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
but yeah, it's there was never a horror film that triggered that for me. All I remember is I was too much of a coward when all the J horror stuff started coming out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That to me was the scariest thing in the world, and I just couldn't
Mm.
handle that. Now I'll watch Ringu or Ju-on and not give a shit. But
Yeah, it's odd. I remember being scared of watching Ringu for a long time, and then I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's pretty scary, but
yeah,
it's just marketing, isn't it? It was definitely marketed
yeah,
as this is the scariest shit you'll ever see.
So in the little town, no, it was like a little village that I lived in with my family for a while, and there was a local video shop, and I would go in every Saturday and ask, "Can I have your old film posters?" And he would give me these A3 film posters of all the films that were out that he doesn't need anymore, and that would be that.
Mm.
A2. They were a bit bigger.
Hmm.
And then essentially I wallpapered my walls with these posters, and they just
Nice.
got whatever new one that got replaced for like, oh, I don't really like that poster, I'll put this one up instead.
Mm.
One night, I wake up in the middle of the night because I thought I heard something.
Yeah.
And on top of my TV video combi, there was a blank tape. And I was like, I don't remember leaving a tape up there. What's going on? And just as I did that, the Ring poster fell off my wall and landed on top of me. And I was like,
That's great.
yeah. So that was definitely a reason. I'd never watch it. But yeah. But American Werewolf is a good one for it. I think without sounding like a bit of a weird creep, like Jenny Agutter in it was bloody lovely. And
That was seriously, that was I very vividly remembered. It's weird the stuff you remember. It was her saying to David all the time, "You're a very attractive man." Like it was her poshness. Like
mm,
coming from Australia, that was like she is like so posh. Posh is
she
not
is
sexy
la
usually,
dee da.
but and she's got like the sort of upturned nose and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
then I was like, she's making me feel weird things in my like nether regions.
Oh, no, I'm way into this.
I really like her. Yeah,
Does your
that was
wife now have received pronunciation? Does she speak with a very posh accent?
only when she really wants to please me. But no, yeah, no, it's something else, that movie, I'll tell you what.
Mm.
I don't know how I saw it, but yeah, it really messed me up. And it's so deep in my kind of psyche now that when I first moved to the UK, actually, what am I talking about? I still get this. If I'm in London traveling on the tube, there will be a moment where I think of that scene where the guy's getting chased by a werewolf in the tube, and I think, oh, so cool. I love being here.
My Rich, he's his episode might have come out already. He did a piece of fan art for American Werewolf, like, and it was, a tube sign with American Werewolf on the thing and blood splashed up the tiles.
Hmm.
And then is it David Norton?
Yep.
Yeah. He started using it on his website.
Oh, really?
And Rich was like, I don't know. He hasn't asked me for permission, but I've also, it's fan art.
Yeah.
So I've not got his permission.
What's your
And
objection?
so he's like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. And I was like, I'd reach out and just say thanks. And he was like, no, no, I'm not going to. And it was like, yeah, I can see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, okay. No, it's kind of fair enough. Yeah.
But
I'd be really pleased, I think.
just know it, just the acknowledgement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'd be really, really pleased by that. But yeah, I love it. I love it. It's sort of, and also I think I've been a bit of an Anglophile really from a very young age, which is why I'm here now in the
Mm.
UK because I've always found the place fascinating and I love the culture, I love the people, I love so much about it. And
What's the Australian version
of what?
of Anglophile? Ozophile? O- I'm going to say Ozophile three times in a row then. Ozophile? Ozophile.
I don't know. Americans love Aussies.
I fucking love Aussies.
The British like Aussies too. It's
But
quite it's,
like,
it's quite nice about being here is that they do like Australians. So I get credit immediately, even if I was a total dickhead, which I probably am. People will like give me a chance because I'm Australian.
people, for some reason, think my accent sounds Australian, which I don't.
Really?
Have you ever thought that?
Honestly the distance between Australian and British accents for me now is weirdly disappeared. I don't because I've lived here, so I don't notice
Fair, yeah.
any British accent now. And also, I can't tell the difference. I reckon when I lived in Australia, if I'd watched a movie with like all Northerners in it,
Mm.
I'd be more conscious now of the difference between that and a London accent than I am now because I just can't tell.
Oh, right.
It's really weird. I don't know
That is.
why that is.
I've had
Um,
Australians ask, "Where are you from in Australia?" And I've just been like, what? No,
yeah,
London, mate."
yeah, I don't know. And I've had people say to me before I moved to the UK, "Oh, you don't sound that Australian." I don't know. It's
Did they want you to say "flaming galah" or something?
yeah, flame and mongrel.
Is fla is that a am I allowed to say "flaming galah"?
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
Okay, good.
the parrots don't like it, but it's okay. No one cares
Oh,
about it.
fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck 'em. What was the first film you watched that you considered grown up?
This is another really hard question. The answer I'm going to give you, it's probably not the first, but it's the only one I can think of. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Interesting. Good choice,
Mm,
though. That
just
is
because
a grown up film.
it is a grown-up film. I saw it pretty young. It had a really deep impact on me. I
Have you ever
love.
read it?
I have, yeah, yeah. Long after I first saw the film, I
Yeah.
eventually read it. I think when I was in my 20s or something. Different experience altogether.
Mm.
Quite different from the film in many ways. And incidentally, I've introduced my daughter to it quite recently, and she liked it. I don't think she was quite as influenced by it as I was at the time, but really liked it because it's a great film.
Yeah.
Um.
You show sympathy to a paedophile.
You do. That's it. That's an interesting way of putting
Full
it. Thanks,
circle from what we were
thanks,
talking about at the beginning.
thanks for ruining it. It's like the Polanski movie. It's like Polanski.
No, it's Milos Forman.
Milos Forman, yeah. No, I said
Yeah.
it's like but
Oh,
Randall
sorry.
McMurphy.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's very 70s, isn't it? Or
it
60s when it
is.
was written.
Yeah.
I love its anti-authoritarian stance.
Mm,
I love that. It's very new Hollywood.
yeah.
Plus, it's directed by a Czech, and in much later life, I've become very interested in Czech cinema. I love Czech cinema.
Oh, nice.
Those guys, just incredible cinematic artists. They really are, especially at that time in history. Introduced me to Jack Nicholson. Just man, it was so adult in its ideas, and
Yes.
films from the 70s are adult in a way which now is almost irresponsible. You can't be that adult. It's like their
No.
version of adulthood was doing, it was sort of accepting realities about the world which we now no longer accept. It's like, no, you can't act that way. Whereas in the 70s, it was like, this is the world. Tough
Al-
shit. Survive.
Also, like, I don't know how old McMurphy is in that film, but he's a grown-up man.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Whereas I don't look at any man in his 30s or 40s as an adult man in
mm.
films nowadays. They're just boys. They're all boys. And I would struggle to watch a modern day take on Cuckoo's Nest because you'd just be like, well, you're all boys.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the plight of a man not understanding society. This is
Mm,
an overgrown boy who can't hack it, you know.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
films in
True.
the 70s, they were made for adults. Like, they weren't made for kids. They weren't made for 20-year-olds. They were made for 30-year-olds. And they were fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself someone who absolutely embraces all of world cinema. I understand there's a certain sort of species of cinephile who is very disdainful of American films. I understand that urge.
Yeah,
I don't share it because by
no.
sheer weight of volume, there is no way that America has not produced the most masterpieces of cinema of any country in the world. There's just no way.
That they have a whole system in place to do it.
They have to have just
Yeah.
by numbers.
Hmm.
The strike rate may be lower than like say the Czech Republic,
Yeah.
but it
But
doesn't
if
matter.
you're only releasing 10 films, one of which is perfect, that's
Yes,
one in 10. But if you're releasing 1,000 films, 100 of them are all right, 10
yeah,
are good,
yeah,
you're gonna get in a lot more of a muddier sort of like, well, they are good. And
yeah.
you can't deny that these films of the Hollywood Renaissance, like New Hollywood era,
Well, I
aren't
mean,
excellent. Like they're
I'm talking about like now, like even now, there is so much stuff that comes out of America. There is enough good stuff that comes out of it for you. You should appreciate American cinema. In the 70s, in New Hollywood,
hmm,
I mean, this was an era where they were making art films. That was de rigueur. That
yeah.
was just happening. And either through chance or through maybe it would have happened anytime if that was the zeitgeist, the talent was prodigious.
Yeah.
And even, oh, I mean, I'm talking about a Czech filmmaker here with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but he is making it very much in an American idiom. So
Yeah.
it's a whole
It's Americana, that film.
industry around it, which was embracing. It's a little bit like the indie boom in the 90s. It was
Yeah.
embracing something a bit different and
Well,
subversive.
they're my two favorite eras of Hollywood cinema
Mm,
is 70s and 90s
mm,
because it was the studios being told to fuck off and
yeah,
artists trying to tell a story. And,
yeah,
pre that, the 60s, it was all studio stuff. And then the 70s, it wasn't. And then the 80s, it was studio stuff. Then the 90s, it
mm,
wasn't.
Mm.
And I'm desperate for us to get another cycle of it, but we're not going to. But yeah,
Who knows? Who knows? I like to think that things like you go through cycles and that things get so crap that eventually there's a counterculture emerges and an appreciation for something a bit different. But
I thought we were going to get it fairly recently, and I can't remember what it was. There was a film that we watched, and I was like, "Ooh, this is it. This is us. We're starting afresh." And it just didn't pick up, and I was like, "For
mm,
fuck's sake, we were so close." But
yeah, it's also splintered now. That's the thing. It's a bit like music. I had this argument with a friend of mine who's like he's generationally older than me.
mm,
And we had an argument about, the 60s, how great music was in the 60s versus now. And I sort of pointed out, well, don't get me wrong, I love the 60s for music, but in many ways it's better now, but you just don't know it because it's so fractured, there's so much of
yeah,
it. You don't understand how much good shit is out there. And actually, only a fraction of the population even knows it exists, but it
yep.
does. Whereas in the 60s, it didn't. You had Hendrix and the
Pop.
Doors
You
and
had
that.
pop and
Yeah.
rock, and it
Yeah,
was mainstream.
and the sort of artistic alternative was very easy to identify, and everyone knew what it was, which is why everyone still celebrates it. Whereas now, every individual has their own little pattern of stuff that they listen to, and
And
it's
I
probably
really
more good
like.
stuff.
I think there's a great new wave of like punk bands coming in at the moment. But there's things like Amyl and the Sniffers and stuff, which is an Australian band, and I fucking love them.
Mm,
And what I think is like, I think they're really well known. And then I
mm.
mention them to people, and they're like, I don't know who they are, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you on about? They're this great Aussie fucking punky pub rock band. And everyone's like, I've no idea who they are. And it's like, even if you don't think modern day music is as good as the 60s, the amount of accessible music means that I would rather there be 1,000 different niches
yeah.
loved than, I mean, I love the Beatles, but like, I'd
Me
rather
too.
that than everyone loving the Beatles and nothing else.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, it's just again, it's sheer volume. It's
Yeah.
like I get the theory, but actually, just by dint of statistics and sheer volume, there is more good stuff now than there was then because there are more people making music and releasing it. It's just that everyone follows their own. It's a bit like podcasts, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
It's like you're not constrained to what the radio is giving you. Everyone decides what they want to listen to.
And that was a real stopper for me to do a podcast for so long was, well, no one needs to hear a fucking white man talking about film. There's enough of them. But then
Yeah.
I couldn't fight my biological urge, and I had to start a podcast. And it was actually a point where I was like, that's not the reason to not do it.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
you wanting to talk to your friends or people in your sort of peerage or whatever, like talking to them about films that they love. I do that anyway, right?
Mm.
I would do that with any friend. This now engages me to speak to more of the people I like, to find out more about the films they like.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's all I'm doing here. I
Yeah.
happen to post them.
Yeah, I think it's only sort of I would honestly would only find it worthy of mockery if someone was like, you know what, I've had this great idea. I'm going to do a movie podcast. I am going to be fucking famous. This
It's
is
going to
going to
be
be
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty dumb. But there is no problem with saying, well, I just want to create something and put it out there, and I don't care if fucking five people listen to it, and they're all
Oh,
my friends anyway, and they enjoy
genuine.
it. That makes it more than worth my effort of doing it.
I've had 90 downloads.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I was
Starting out.
I was really pleased when it like when I saw it hit 75, I was like, "Oh shit, 75 downloads.
That's
Thank you
very
everyone."
that's really similar to us. And I was like, I can't believe that many people have,
Yeah.
whether they're listening to the whole thing or not, have
Yeah.
actually gone to the point of downloading it. I'm delighted. Yeah.
I really enjoy it when a friend messages me out of the blue and is like, "Oh, I listened to the whole episode. It was really good fun."
Yeah,
And I was like,
amazing.
"I didn't think you'd listen. That's really weird that you listened." An
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend listened to the Sam one, my first one,
Yeah.
because she was my girlfriend while I was young and hanging out with Sam. And she was like, before you even mentioned your Master and Commander poster or your Aliens box set, like I was remembering, like, oh, he had
Mm,
that poster in his bedroom that was the Master and
mm,
Commander thing. And I
mm.
was like, that's so fucking lovely.
Yeah,
Like
no,
that's
it's
such a nice thing that you're
no,
still
th
listening.
it is the joy of podcasting. You'll get like people you've known forever who are like listened and who know you and they consume it a certain way and process it. And then you'll have some random person in the States who goes, "Oh, like I'm listening to this and I really love it." And it's just like either way, it's awesome.
Mm, it is
It's,
nice.
I think, honestly, and I think particularly with your format that you're going for, it's a real act of generosity because yours, as I said, unlike mine, is you tell me about your life and your experiences. It's beautiful stuff. It's good stuff.
I think this leads us quite nicely into the
Hmm.
next. Uh, what film holds a special place in your heart?
This, yeah, I've rehearsed all my answers. Well, I haven't rehearsed them, but I've written in my notes the film I'm going to say because I
Mm,
thought at first I thought I'm just going to like wing it, and I was like, that's not fair to Ted. Think a bit about what you're going to say. This
Batman
is
for every
th
answer.
this is a movie that could have been the answer to so many other movies because it could have been the answer to what film did I watch over and over again as a kid?
Hmm.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. To me, I don't think it's the best movie ever made, but if you were to ask me what is my favorite movie, it's probably that.
It's one of the most enjoyable films ever made.
Is there any more entertaining movie
I'll
than
put The
Raiders of the Lost
Mummy
Ark?
close to it,
I love The Mummy. I do love The Mummy.
but
I'm a big Mummy fan.
big Mummy fan over here.
Yeah.
But like Raiders is excellent on every level.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a serious film, but it's a funny film. It's an action film, but it's a romance film. You've got an incredibly suave sex offender again. This is a theme with
Oh,
your
true.
films.
True.
You got an incredibly suave man, like, but also quite a vulnerable man, and
Mm.
it's it's such a well written, well rounded film that it is flawless. Like,
It's it
it
it's
annoys me that
sublime.
people are like, "Oh, Shawshank's the best film ever made." Oh, The Godfather's never made. It's like I'll give you Shawshank, Godfather, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Which one are you putting on? And if you pretend to think about the first two, you're a fucking liar. You're putting
It's
Raiders on.
it is sublime. Like this is the thing. Like I accept the criticism of Spielberg and I make it myself. A lot of his work is not for me. Everyone goes on about it being cloyingly sentimental. Yeah, a lot of it is. Blah
Yeah,
blah blah. The fact is, this man made Raiders of the Lost Ark and Jaws, by the way,
right.
two perfect,
Yeah,
perfect fucking films.
there aren't
Um,
many directors who have Kubrick.
yeah,
Like there aren't many that have made a series of perfect films.
perfect. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark is perfect. If you want adventure cinema, I like adventure cinema.
Yeah.
I'm still trapped in the boys' own adventure type thing.
Mm.
I get it, right? It's not fashionable, but if you
I
whatever,
love a
if you,
caper.
I love a caper.
A caper is what I love. Give
I
me a
love,
caper, I'm in.
I love. It's like Nazis. I hate these guys. You want Nazis as bad guys? Raiders of the
Always,
Lost Ark. I
always want
mean,
Nazis as bad guys.
it's so amazing. Even and the imagination in it. Like stuff like, the Paramount logo coming up and then it fades out and you're looking at that mountaintop it's in Hawaii as it happens, but it's supposed to be the South American jungle.
Mm.
I mean, those are the sort of touches that are true movie magic that bring you into it and blur the lines between artifice and reality, and you are in it. And it's so amazing. And the pacing of just everything. There is nothing wrong with that film.
There's no fluff. There's absolutely no fluff in that film.
It's
It
unbelievable.
it's a perfect thrill ride, and
Yeah.
it peppers in little bits of extra story and little extra bits throughout the whole thing that makes you like love and hate that character more and more. There is an
Yeah.
argument that Indiana Jones did fuck all in that film
Yes.
because the outcome would have happened regardless whether he was there or not.
But regardless, the bit where Salah is saying oh fuck, what does he say? He's like, what are you gonna do? And it's the bit where the Nazis are all driving off with the Ark. They found the
Mm,
Ark, they've taken it off them, they're driving off in their convoy, and Indy is gonna go off on a horse and chase after them. And he's like, I'm just making this up as I go along. And it's just like it's so gleefully illogical.
yeah,
Even as a kid watching it, you're like, yeah, this is ridiculous, and that's why it's so fucking cool.
but
This
it's
guy
taken
will not
its.
be beaten.
This guy will not be beaten. He's making it up as he goes along, but I believe that he is an intelligent man, so his decision is of sound judgment, regardless whether
Mm,
it is or not.
yeah.
He's a professor, goddammit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
God, yeah, it's without just gushing over that
It's
film
it's
for
all I can
ages.
do with that movie. Honestly, it's all I can do about that movie. I think it's utter
Interestingly,
perfection.
when we were kids, we had Raiders and Last Crusade recorded off the telly, but not Temple of Doom. So for
Mm.
years, I didn't see Temple of Doom,
All
and
right.
I considered that one the best one because I hadn't
Do
seen
you?
it as often.
Right.
I now know I'm wrong. It's the third best.
Well, it's like the conventional wisdom was Raiders of the Lost Ark is the best. Last Crusade is also really good. Temple
Yeah,
of Doom, bit embarrassing because it's racist and everything. It is racist and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff. And I think it's the best favor that was ever done to Temple of Doom was the release of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I haven't even seen the last one.
Oh, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the new Temple of Doom.
I went and saw Kingdom.
Dial of
If
Destiny is
I should say it's not
dog
one of your
shit.
questions. What is a movie that like made you irrationally furious and impossible to talk to about? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I went and saw that at the cinema and I was so angry about it. And I went in excited. And I was all the things that I mock idiots for being about Star Wars or whatever. It's like, settle down.
It's a film.
I was so upset about it. It's so fucking shit.
Yeah.
And the thing that really annoyed me is that people would keep going, I'd be like, it was ridiculous, and everyone would go, yeah, but I mean they're all ridiculous, aren't they? And I'm like, not like that.
So I used to be that guy. When everyone shat on King of the Crystal Skull, I'd always be like, "Oh, but racing minecarts is fine, is it? You don't like that mutt swinging on the branches."
Yeah.
The motorbike chase scene, I think, is one of the best motorbike chase scenes. It's great fun. I
Yeah.
love it. Um, you know what? I'm going to take that best motorcycle chase scene. That's not the case. It's a good motorcycle chase scene. I like that.
You like it?
There are elements of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull which I don't dislike. I now look at it, it's not the worst. Dial of Destiny is the worst, in my opinion.
Right, I've heard that. Yeah.
But Kingdom of the
I'll
Crystal
never know.
Skull, I worked at the cinema when it came out, and I had you're meant to write the name, the scope or flat and aspect ratios and all that shit on the name tag so you know what the print is. And I had done it in the Indiana Jones font, done it all proper, loved it, couldn't wait for it. I made it up by putting all the reels together, and I went to preview it.
Mm,
It was just me and my girlfriend, and I was all like, "I'm one of the first people in the country to see the new Indiana Jones film," and I was so excited,
mm.
and I was so disappointed. But everyone hated it, and I'm a contrarian, so I said I liked it.
I mean, I was like, I went through my whole. When was Last Crusade? So a lot of my teens just desperately thinking, why are they not doing another one? Like this is
Mm,
so good. Just keep it going. Last Crusade was so good. Temple of Doom I loved as well, even though I
yeah,
thought it wasn't as good. So when it finally came around, I was like, yes, bring it on. And I was just like, oh, I didn't like it. So I don't know. You talk about the motorbike chase scene. I can't remember. I mean,
fair enough.
I will never watch it again.
Let's
And I'll
go
never
back
watch
to
Dial
how
of
good
Destiny
Raiders
probably.
is.
Yeah, yeah. But the one thing about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is it made me realize, shut the fuck up about Temple of Doom not being as good. It's still a great film. And it is a
Mm,
great film.
it
It's
is a
just
great
not as
film.
good as the others, too.
Yeah,
Mm.
fair. Well, this leads us on. What's your controversial opinion on a famous film?
I feel like this is going to be one that lots of people say. Uh, Citizen Kane, don't really love it. This is the weird thing, right? I'm a huge Orson Welles fan. I love Orson Welles films.
Mm,
I've watched a lot of his films. I'm a massive fan. Can't warm to Citizen Kane.
I am the
I
same with The
I
Third
un
Man.
Oh, that's so much more entertaining.
Hard disagree. I love Citizen Kane.
Okay. Are you a Citizen Kane fan?
I am. I have the 4K of it on my shelf ready to go. I'm going to watch it soon.
What do you like about it?
I love the idea of telling someone's biography essentially throughout their entire life, like Little Big Man and other films of that nature. It's this, you're getting this man's life and you're seeing the entirety of it, and it's told through sort of interviews and other people's experiences. Plus, we're seeing parts of it, and I don't know. It's just there's something about it which I just enjoy. Like, sure, the Rosebud thing doesn't make sense. Who the fuck heard him say Rosebud? No one else was in the room. But
Mm.
that aside, I don't care about the Rosebud bit. I just very much enjoy watching this entire sort of film unfold. Seeing him, he's playing in the snow. He's outside. He's not allowed to be in the house while the adults discuss his life.
Yeah.
That's how we're introduced to this man. And then everyone else is discussing his life.
Hmm.
And it's this idea that he has he's the man who makes all these decisions, but other people are always discussing him. He's never the one in control of it. And the fact that he
Mm.
owns a paper as well, like telling other people's stories in the paper. I don't know. There's something about it I find very
Poetic.
interesting.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
it
what
is
is it you
poetic.
hate about it? Because you're
Well,
a
I don't
huge.
hate it. I don't hate it. It's like to me, it's like the problem for me is that I don't love it. As like it's just as
Okay.
the best film ever made. It's like it's fine, but well, it's not even. I get a bit bored with it. Really, is my reaction to it. I think I find the structure of it really strange. Like the not the rosebud thing, which I could
Mm.
go with. I like that as a conceit. I don't really, yeah, unlike you, I don't care about rosebud, but whatever, that's
Yeah.
fine. The really weird thing about it is you get the whole story up front. They tell it to you in a sort of documentary format, and then you have to watch it again, and you know what's going to happen. I find that narratively unsatisfactory. Um, for
Okay.
instance, for instance, his wife, who he tries to turn into an opera star, and she fails.
Yeah.
You already know, right? That's okay, but the whole bit of him pushing her into being an opera star beyond her even wanting to do it goes on for fucking ever. Like it's like, okay, all right, I'm a bit sick of this storyline at this point. The Rosebud revelation is a bit trite as well. Yes, I just don't. I just don't care about him as a character. I find him a bit of a dipshit. I get what you're saying, but it's like he's not very interesting to me. So, but what I do get, and the credit I would always give to it, is ahead of its time, the technical experimentation that was going on, I think is
Sure. Yeah.
amazing. I think it's amazing. And this is what I love about all Orson Welles cinema. I love it. But even a film that people shit can massively like Lady from Shanghai, I'd rather watch that. I love his other
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. I like. I agree. I think there are more entertaining. Like Touch of Evil might be a bit more entertaining
Oh yeah, I love Touch of Evil.
to
Love it.
watch,
Mm.
but I cannot sort of discredit Citizen Kane for its I think for its storytelling and for its technical marvel and for its performances and the fact he was so fucking young when he made it,
He
the
was
bastard.
24 when he made it. It's amazing.
It's
No,
annoying.
I totally like, I am not a Orson Welles hater. I am not I haven't even watched Mank. I don't really want to.
No,
I
I've got no interest in that.
I hate this revisionist sort of. This is the thing about Citizen Kane for me that I sort of almost feel bad for not liking it is that I want to love it. I want to be the champion of Citizen Kane. It's the thing is I love Orson Welles. I just Citizen Kane is just not for me. It's just narratively it doesn't interest me. That's all it is. It's I find it a bit boring, but
You're just
technically
over there
amazing.
watching F for Fake on repeat.
Oh yeah, give me F for Fake every day of the week. F for Fake is amazing.
F for Fake is excellent.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, but also his Shakespeare stuff,
Yeah.
um Chimes at Midnight, fucking incredible. I love Orson Welles. But yeah, just not Citizen Kane. I'll just skip it from now on.
No, so I guess when there's those lists and Shawshank, Godfather, Citizen Kane, they're the ones that are always quickly thrown out. And I wouldn't put Citizen Kane in like the top 10 greatest films ever made.
Okay. All
Like
right. Yeah.
I don't think I think there are other films of that time period that tell a better story. But I do enjoy it. And although,
Okay. Good.
you know, same with Shawshank, there's nothing wrong with Shawshank Redemption. It's a very good film. Is it the greatest thing ever made? Fuck no. It's a good film. But I also think it's become one of those films where if you're not that into film, Shawshank is the safe bet to say,
Yeah.
like, oh, I love Shawshank. It's so powerful.
I
And
was
it's
talking
like,
about this recently on the podcast because I rewatched Shawshank recently. It was my first watch from my daughter, so I wanted
yeah,
to show it to her. I love it. It's really in many ways a perfect film as well, but it's so conventional. I don't
yes,
You don't really want to. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like
yeah,
I didn't even want to put it on my on Letterboxd. My favorites will be my last four 5-star films. I didn't even want to put it on that because it's too obvious. It's
it's
too
too
easy.
obvious.
It's too
It's
easy.
like,
But
and I
it
don't,
is, make no mistake, it is great. It is a
yeah,
great film.
and I think that's probably how I feel about Citizen Kane.
Right.
It's like it is a good film. It deserves the accolades it gets. I don't think everyone needs to bang on about it.
Yeah, it's got a bit of tall poppy about it, I guess. It's that as well. If this was a film that everyone sort of didn't respect and I went in and watched Citizen Kane, I'd probably be like, hang on a minute, this is pretty good.
Yes, yes,
But because it's the greatest film ever made, that's a high bar to live up to, and it just
and it's
doesn't
definitely
for me.
not. You know what I
No.
mean? Like the greatest film ever made, not the greatest Hollywood film, not the greatest old Hollywood film, the greatest film ever made. It's like, no.
Mm.
Like Rashomon is better. Seven Samurai is better.
Oh, like I'm not even exaggerating. There are literally thou
Hundreds,
no thou
thousands.
thousands of films I would rather watch than Citizen Kane, and that's not to say it's a bad film, but
No, I would say that there are 1,000 films that should easily be considered before Citizen Kane as the best film ever made.
yes, yes.
But I do think Citizen Kane is a good film.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't totally disagree because I don't think it's a bad film in any way, and I think in certain respects it's quite incredible. But it's just not. That's
It's
any
definitely
further said again.
overplayed in that, when everyone says that Imagine is the best song ever written, and you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Imagine is not the best song
Well,
ever written.
in a way, this is probably me bucking against the whole idea of a best ever piece of art because I find
Exactly.
that anathema. Like that doesn't make sense. Yeah, the same as what you're saying for a song. Imagine's a wonderful song,
Yeah, it's
but
lovely.
to say it's the best song ever written is it doesn't make any sense. You can't.
Sometimes I'm in the mood for Venus and Fur.
Yeah,
You
sometimes
know,
I'm in the mood for I'm Your Venus.
I'm glad we're only in the Venus camp of music over here.
That's all there is. Can I mention another film that I
Please,
don't hate, but I just don't love as much as I should?
this is my favorite question, so please do.
Okay, The Searchers.
Ooh,
Where do you stand on the search?
really? Oh, I
Well,
like it. I like it a lot.
now I like it. I like it. The someone, a friend of mine, sent me the what was it? The T Time magazine. They recently published the top 20 westerns ever made, and of course, number one was The Searchers. Of course, it was.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't put it as number one.
There's some fucking bravery for you, Time journalist. The
Right.
Searchers is number one. By the way, Once Upon a Time in the West, number 11. Go fuck yourself, whoever wrote that list.
Get off. In dumb.
That's my number one. Um,
I mean, that film is
oh, come on.
like that film is or the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, that's up there.
That's up there
Sergio Leone's got at least two films in the top five, as far as I'm concerned.
easily.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, The Searchers, I like The Searchers. It's a good film. It is a good
Yeah.
film. It's a really good film. But it is one of those, again, Tall Poppies, it is one of those unassailable, this is the best Western ever made. No, not for me.
No, it definitely isn't. And it's beautiful.
Mm,
Friend of mine got it in 4K recently, and it looks absolutely stunning.
mm.
And the symbolism of the old cowboy never entering the homestead is a really nice little nod to the dying America, the dying West, and passing of the torch onto the newer age of film and American history. There's some nice duality in its meaning, but it isn't the best Western. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I get that John Wayne's character is supposed to be hugely problematic,
yeah,
but he is an absolute fucking prick.
yeah.
And
I'd
that's
say
okay.
High Noon is better.
Yeah, High Noon is also not my favorite Western, but I do like it more than The Searchers. I do like it quite a lot. Um,
Support your local sheriff. Is that your favorite Western?
no, my favorite Western is Once Upon a Time in the
Oh,
West.
right. Yeah, you did say.
But let me think. My favorite non-spaghetti Western is probably Man of the West by Anthony Mann.
Uh,
It is wonderful.
See, this might ruffle some feathers. I'd say either Hateful Eight or Django Unchained.
Ooh. I don't love Hateful Eight. I've had this debate with Joe a lot because he loves it. I can't warm to it. Something about
I
it.
heavily disliked it the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I've tried a few times and I keep not loving it, which bothers me. But I love Django Unchained in a
Django
big way.
Unchained was the first Tarantino film I actually liked.
Yeah, my daughter says she wants to watch Django Unchained, and I'm deeply tempted to let her watch it, even though I said to her today, it's disturbing.
Yeah,
It's disturbing.
it's not a nice film to
No.
introduce like slavery because
Well, but then
the
there's a
bit
part
when
of me
he
that sort of
breaks the
thinks
arm.
maybe we should be horrified by slavery more than the conventional
No,
educational
that's true.
institution would really let us know. I
That's
thought this, I
true.
remember thinking this when I watched, sorry, when I read, oh, who was the author? He wrote the book, The Underground Railroad. Um,
I'm Don't make me look like a scumbag for not knowing.
Sorry, I don't know his name. He won the Booker Prize. It's a proper,
Grab my
be,
book.
be very highbrow now. But the thing I thought was good about that book, it was very horrific. It was like a horror story in some of the
And as
stuff.
it should be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it was. It was a horror story, what went on there. And slavery is not, by the way, confined to the Americas, but they did
No.
kind of industrialize it and make it pretty horrible. But
Hey, don't sell yourself short, Australia.
Australia's done it. We've all done it. British,
Well, I wouldn't
great
say the
fans of
British have.
slaves. British were great fans of slaves for a while.
They were, and
Jamaica.
no, 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 they did it all by themselves. Um,
Yep.
it's a little Jamaica joke for you. Um, yeah, I always find it
They did it
interesting.
of their own accord.
Yeah, did Jamaica? No, they did it all by their record. Come on, it's all good. It's all good jokes. No, because my mum's side of the family are Indian, and I do find it odd sometimes that it's like, oh wow, there's a history where I don't feel like my Indian family would look fondly at a white family, but
Yeah.
hey,
It's gone on forever. Do you know where the word slave comes from? I've talked about this on our podcast before. So,
no, go on.
right. So, when was it? Dark Ages, Middle Ages. Anyway, you had a period where the Mongols were expanding west,
Mm,
the Vikings were expanding east.
mm,
They like basically the Vikings controlled all of northwest Europe. Mongols were coming in from the east, and guess who was sandwiched in between them? Which people? The Slavs. And
oh,
so the entire Slavic ethnicity, which went all through Central Europe,
yeah.
were basically enslaved, and the word slave comes from Slav because
Fucking
everyone
hell.
everyone had their Slavs. I need some Slavs. Would you want to use one of my Slavs? I've got some very good Slavs.
Christ.
That's where slave comes from. Yeah.
That's fucking miserable.
Yeah, it is. Human history is fucking miserable, by the way.
Oh, and no one looks good. You know, like
We're all bastards.
we're
We
all
are
a
all
bunch of
bastards.
cunts.
Yeah, yeah,
Down
yeah.
the line, we're all a bunch of
Yes, we are
cunts.
scum.
And that's, you know, all we can do is better than the last guy. Let's just try.
I remember when I was reading Game of Thrones, and I'm like, oh, this is just like people are so horrible in this
Mm.
story, and then I was remember reading interviews and stuff about it, saying, oh, it's all based on human history, and I'm like, yeah, but he's applied a bit of he's exaggerated it, and then I studied up a bit more of history, and I was like, no, actually, I don't think he has.
Oh, I think he's actually softened it for the book.
This is
Fucking
this
hell.
is this is pretty much yeah, this is pretty fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, that's bummed me out. All right, last
That's what I'm here
question.
for.
um, Obviously, with your own podcast, you have to watch a lot of films, so this question might be a bit of a long one. But what have you been watching recently?
Lots of stuff. I don't I basically spend all my spare time watching movies.
Hmm,
I don't have that much of a social life really.
I don't want one.
Sad to say. But
Genuinely, Rob, I don't want a social life. Like, I want to any free time I have, I want to be sat in my office in my armchair watching my fucking 4K telly and just watching films. That's all I want to be doing.
I'll tell you one thing. If you are excited about watching movies every night, life is pretty good because it's
Right?
something that's very easy for any of us to do. It's all accessible to us, and that's
And
me.
I've got two or three shelves of because I still buy DVDs, and that's how I pick what films I'm going to watch. I don't have Netflix. I don't have any of the streamers. I go to a
Okay.
secondhand DVD shop and I have my list and I find like whatever's on my list, whatever is on the shelf. If they've got it and it's a quid, I'll buy it. And then I'll come home with 20 films and I'll add them to the shelf. And then whenever I want to watch a film, I go to the shelf. So
What
yes.
have I been watching? Yeah, it's October, so I've been watching a lot of horror. You mentioned Borovchik a while back. What was it? The Behind Convent Walls? Did you tell? Was it
Yes.
you that told me that you'd watched that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched one of his films, Immoral Tales from 1973.
What do you think?
Loved it.
I
It's
still
based.
think Lebet is my favorite.
Yeah, I don't. I think I prefer The Beast. I really like Borovchik, and this is one of the first films he did getting into erotica. It is basically a porno,
Mm,
but it is also art,
sure.
and it is also genuinely erotic, which a lot of porno is
Yes.
not.
No.
I didn't realize. Did you know? Have you seen this?
No.
So it's an anthology story, anthology film, five stories, all based in history, kind of, or at least legend.
Mm,
One of the stories is about Elizabeth Bathory, which that story has been the subject of much Euro horror sleaze
mm.
in that era, starring the youngest daughter of Pablo Picasso, Paloma,
Oh, really?
bathing in a bath full of virgin's blood at some point. Uh,
Okay.
Really great. Valerian Borovchik, I love. So that's worth checking out. I watched that on Arrow, the Arrow channel. It's on that.
It's a good channel.
Speaking of adventure cinema, here's a good one that I haven't mentioned on our podcast. We've gone past it. I watch a lot of films, other than the ones we have to.
Yeah.
On Prime, I noticed they had a film, 1986, directed by J. Lee Thompson, Canon Film Group, a film called Firewalker. You ever seen this?
Firewalker.
It's pairs up the kind of like action comedy buddy pairing
Yeah.
of Chuck Norris and Lou Gossett Jr.
Yes, I do know this film. I was going to say, like, it's a Chuck Norris film, but I didn't want to guess and sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, um, it's garbage. I loved it. I really loved it.
Excellent.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just a couple of adventurers, mercenary, no, kind of like treasure seekers going off into Mexico to find Aztec gold or something.
Oh, so
Um,
it's not in that same Invasion USA, like it's technically a
no,
sequel.
it's more like it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark exploitation. It's like
Ugh.
it's a bit more like Romancing the Stone, really,
I mean, which
but
is another dope
with
film,
Chuck Norris, it's not very romantic. Because Chuck couldn't do romance.
doesn't he?
Um, yeah,
Kiss with the fist.
I no,
Okay.
he does not exactly. The other one I mentioned, well, I did go out with my daughter
Yeah.
and one of her friends, and there was a screening locally of Nosferatu with it had been married up to a soundtrack by Radiohead.
Yes, I saw it
Mm.
advertised, but I didn't listen to it. I didn't watch it because I don't like Radiohead.
Oh, well, that would
That,
somewhat diminish
you know
the
what I mean?
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because apparently, in the same way that Dark Side of the Moon and Wizard of Oz sync up, I think did they say it was OK Computer or something?
No, well, they can't claim the same thing because they have arranged the songs so that they do match up, but it does match up surprisingly well. It's not OK
Okay,
Computer, it's Kid A and
okay.
Amnesiac. So it's that era of Radiohead. It goes really well together, and also Nosferatu turns out quite a good film. I have seen it, but
What the old F.W. Moreau one?
yeah, the
Yeah,
1922, yeah. So that was great. But that was
I
good
prefer
fun because
that to the new one.
I like the new one.
I
I
did
think I
not.
might. You know what? I think I might prefer the new one to this one.
You're a
To be honest.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm an Eggers head.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
love his work.
Massive egghead.
Yeah, slow down. Um, yeah, but this was good because it was what was really cool about it is I took a couple of 13-year-olds and they came out of it and I was watching it thinking these kids are going to be really bored right now, and they came out of it. They loved it.
I mean, to
Absolutely
be
loved the
honest,
film.
you're introducing them to German Expressionist black and white cinema, which is an interesting, if that's their bag, then they got Cabinet of Dr. Caligari to look forward to. And then if they turn out that they like Radiohead, you know, from what I hear, they're a good band. People like them a
Yeah.
lot.
They are into Radiohead. I was quite surprised that this generation are very. That's what got them in. I was like, "Do you want to go see this old movie, Nosferatu, with Radiohead?" And they were like, "Radiohead, yes."
That's weird.
Surprised by that.
That
And
is
then
very
the other one,
surprising.
the last one I'll mention, regional. You love regional horror too, don't you?
Hmm.
American regional horror from the 80s.
Hmm.
This is a little one called Bloodsuckers from Outer Space, 1984.
Bloodsuckers from Outer Space.
So it's very much texploitation, which we were
Yeah.
talking about with Psycho from Texas.
Oh.
Uh, I mean, it's basically a movie about people turning into zombies because of some sort of outer.
I'm annoyed that they turn to zombies.
Yes, I mean it's pretty derivative, but I really enjoyed this film. It's good fun, and it's just very Texas and regional, and I think I think I just love that sort of thing now. The acting is pretty bad, but it's a genuinely witty script. Really well written, very funny.
Oh, nice. Nice. I think it's always good fun when you find a new genre that you can just completely devour.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the I mean there's another film I watched the other night called Hell High, which
Yeah,
I
I've
also
seen How
found
High.
yeah, it's a really bad movie by most measures, but
Mm.
I found myself enjoying it. I've got to ask myself the question whether I am not to be trusted from a critical evaluation point of view at this point for certain types of films, and this is probably one of them because it is, by almost any objective measure, quite shit. But I liked it.
But
I liked
see,
it a bit. I didn't love it, but I still enjoyed it.
I do think that's how the reason you and I got on so well so quickly is because I think there is a genuine similar love for shitty B movies and shitty
Mm,
horror films
mm,
where critically I'm not looking at them. Oh, are they technically made well? Don't care. are the performances strong? That's not why I'm watching it.
Mm.
Am I sitting here for an hour and a half, entertained, and is there some good gore? You know, some pretty people running around. Yeah, all of that. Fucking loved it then.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to a point with those sort of films where if I read a critical appraisal of it, which points out all its problems and how shit it is,
Mm,
I don't want to come across as arrogant, but I'm kind of like, yeah, obvious.
yeah, yeah.
Why are you talking about this shit? Of course it's shit.
Why are you wasting your time talking about it? That's
There's a
not what this is.
there's a whole kind of stratosphere of appreciation that you are not aware of that
Have you ever just
overlays
tried
this.
enjoying it?
Yeah, it's fun. I always equate it to like roller coasters. Like, imagine
Yeah.
being a critic going, "Yeah, I went on that roller coaster. It was totally illogical. You wouldn't build a railroad like that. What is the
There's only
fucking point
three
of this?"
loop-de-loops, and
It's like,
four is a more symmetrical loop-de-loop.
sorry, it was fun and funny. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, you idiot? It's
Yeah.
it's like that. It's sort of like there is a certain layer of films where you have to find another way of about, and that's not to say that you then find everything good, because trust me, I watch tons of these sorts of movies. Quite a lot of them I don't enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
They're not
Like
good.
I still give a half or a 1 star because it's like
Me
that was
too.
dog shit. That was absolute
Yeah,
dog shit.
it's just shit. I was bored. No good.
And I would
Uh,
say bored is the most offensive thing you can do in
yes,
film. Like,
precisely. Yeah.
not funny. I didn't find it funny. Well, that's fine. That's me. I didn't get it. Is
Mm.
there one actor in it that like did a good thing? Did someone do a good face that I was like, I like that face? But if you bore me, if after 20 minutes I'm like, there's still a fucking hour left, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst you can do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
no, I've watched tons of stuff. But yeah, watching a lot of horror at the moment. Trying to. I mean, I always watch a lot of horror, but it's October, so
Yeah,
yeah,
spooky season, ready to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's better.
Yeah. Well, I'll link your letterboxed into the description in the episode notes so
Cool.
people can start following you.
Hmm.
You have quite a prolific following already, don't you?
Yeah, I've been on there for I've been on there for ages. I've been on there since what, 2018, and I find it before I started doing the podcast, I did more of it than I do now because I have another outlet now. But I think it was the sort of I do it for me. The whole purpose of me getting on Letterboxd was I have a bad memory. I can't remember what I've watched, and I certainly can't remember what I thought of
Yes.
films I've watched. So I thought I'll start logging them. That's fun. And I'll write a couple of lines on each. And then it got to a point where I was going in intending to write a couple of lines, and then it would be a few paragraphs. It got to a point for a while where I was writing essays on stuff
Fucking hell.
just because it came out.
Yeah.
I've now written, oh, I've got 5,200 reviews on there. I have a
Jesus.
shit ton of material on there. Like it's honestly way too much, but
Publish them.
it would feel like work, except I just really enjoy it. And it's just kind of me doing it for myself, just to kind of go, this is what I thought, bleh, and it just comes out, and I write them in like 5 minutes. So
Oh, that's nice that it's not something that you're
it's not
agonizing
work.
over. And yeah, it's
I've had friends
literally,
on Letterboxd who are like, "Oh, it's becoming like work, and I don't want to do it anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't be doing it if it felt like work." But yeah, I just spew stuff out, and then it's there, and fine. It makes sense to me. And I think if you're on there for long enough, you garner quite a few followers because you've just been on there for a long time. But yeah, Letterboxd is a great site. It's good fun.
I love it. I really love it. And I think that there's something about logging my films that I really enjoy and being able to see how many films I've seen. And I
Mm.
think I once, I was hiring a script supervisor and I said at the beginning of the interview, I said, have you got a letterbox? They're like, yeah. And I was like, if you've logged more films than me, I'm not going to give you the job. And they were like 1,000 underneath me. And I was like, fuck. So you're really good. No one to hire you. The only letterboxed account I've ever sort of like personally known
Okay, yeah, yeah.
to have more films than me.
Well, weirdly, I know Joe via Letterboxd, not because I met him through Letterboxd, but I met one of his friends through Letterboxd, who then introduced me to Joe. And
Oh,
quite a few of the guests, the regular guests we have on the show, Ethan, Sakana, Nick. from Australia. They are Adam from Australia as well. They are letterboxed friends of mine. So
Phew.
there are real people
Yeah,
that you can get to know, which is, yeah, it's nice. Because
madness.
if you're into movies, yeah, you'll find some like-minded people on there, and the below the line comments and stuff can be fun if you get into it. Or you
Yeah,
don't have to, and you just log stuff or read other reviews or whatever. But I find it generally like any social media, yeah, there are some wankers on there, but
yeah.
not so much, not like being on a movie group on Facebook or something, which is rife with fucking psychopaths.
Oh, it's
It
the
feels
fucking
like.
worst.
Yeah. Letterboxd seems to be reasonably sane, which is
It
nice.
is, and I've had some nice reviews left on my film on Letterboxd, and that feels really.
Oh yeah, that must be amazing.
It's a really nice, and I always respond like, "Hey, I'm the director. I'm really pleased you liked it," or "Hey, I'm the director and you didn't like it. That's
Oh,
cool, but
and
thank you."
that's amazing when that happens. I've had it happen a few times. Like, you know the film, do you know the film Miracle Mile from the 80s?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, Steve DeJarnette, he is a serial. If you leave a good review of that film on your Letterboxd, he will probably come and comment on it and say, "Hey, thanks for
sick.
liking my film." Um,
I love that. I love
oh,
all that.
I love it too. It's so down to earth.
Yeah, and I am genuinely happy when someone I don't know has seen my film and they liked it enough or disliked it enough to leave a comment. I'm just like, oh,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
amazing.
You've invested time, and I have to respect that.
We did an episode quite a while back, the first year we were doing the podcast, where we reviewed Carnival of Souls, and we paired it up with a film called Nest of the Cuckoo Birds, which I would highly recommend.
Okay.
From the 60s, very obscure black and white film. It was rescued by Nicholas Winding Refn, and
Okay.
he's got it on his website, I think, if you want to watch it. I think it's on YouTube as well. Amazing film. Very exploitation, very Southern Gothic, insane stuff by
Mm.
a guy named Burt Williams who directed one film. We did an episode of that, and then I think it was his daughter came and left a comment on. It was actually Sakana's review of it, referring to our episode that we did together, saying it's just amazing to hear my father's film talked about and considered in this way. I mean
That's lovely.
the connective potential of the internet.
Yeah.
I remember when the internet came in. Sit
Yeah.
down. Let me tell you a story, young Ted. I remember the advent of the internet where there was a lot of excitement about all the good it would do to the world.
I remember early days internet where it was chat rooms and it genuinely felt like you were connecting.
Yeah, yeah. That
Whereas
was the
now
promise.
I don't want to know these people.
That was the promise, the excitement. What we didn't consider was how much it could spread poison equally
Yeah,
and maybe more, which is what we're all dealing with. But there is still the good side of it too. And I think, yeah, the good thing about Letterboxd is it's about anyone who's on it has some sort of love of an art form. And
yes.
that's generally a positive thing to connect on the basis of. So yeah, I think it's a great site.
Excellent. Well, I think we could round it up there. Do you wanna plug anything?
We are in the development. We've done a whole series of horror film episodes,
Hmm.
culminating on Halloween. We post every Friday. On Halloween, we will have done a double feature of Bride of Frankenstein with The Brides of Dracula.
Oh, one
Uh,
group is a lot sexier than the other. El
yes. Well,
Elsa Lanchester is a good-looking woman,
you're not a
but
fan of very bird-like and weird,
yeah,
whereas the Brides of Dracula are pretty hot. Yeah, I
damn
agree.
smoking hot. Yeah.
Um, yeah, we've done we've done an episode on Friday the 13th. We've got an ongoing series of that. We did part two and three at the beginning of October. We did Night of the Demon with Night of the Demon. So
Nice.
that's the 57 Jacques Tourneur film with the 1980 Bigfoot film,
Yeah.
which is well worth checking out. We did Silent Hill with Sweet Home with our we did a crossover episode with Grandad and Mr. Tech, who are a computer game podcast, and those are both game adaptations.
Lovely.
And as at recording, we have not yet recorded, but next week I'm going to be recording with Sam Deegan a double feature of Demons, the 1971 Japanese film, with Demons, the 1985 Lamberto Bava horror film.
Lovely. I'm excited
Um,
about that.
yeah, so but we are releasing stuff by the time this airs, we will have churned a ton out because we come out with one every week. Because we can't stop
Well,
crapping on about movies.
then that just means that people should be going back and listening. Go back. If you liked what you heard, go back and listen to all of Caliber 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah, there'll be well over 100 episodes by the time this posts, which we've
Christ.
thrown together in a couple of years because we just can't stop. We can't stop doing the monkey.
All right, then. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for
It's been
having
fun. I've
me. It
enjoyed
was
it.
good fun.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to
I'm glad.
when you do all the Cat 3 films
Yeah, well,
because
I'll
I'll
be
be
in touch
interested
about
to
what
hear what
we
you
do
think about
next, and we
that.
should also do another little watch along bonus episode. But next time we get you on, let's do a at least one Cat 3 film, if not
Yeah.
two, as a
Yeah.
double feature. Yeah,
Sounds good.
cool,
Excellent.
cool, man. Good to speak to you as always.
You too. And
Well done. Congratulations on the podcast. It's great stuff.
thank you very much. And to you.
You're doing a great job. You're natural.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I know.
I will.
I know you got. Yeah, I know you got bigger fish to fry with your directing films and so on. But you're a good podcaster too. Don't sell yourself short. No, don't give up on the sort of glory you may get through podcasting. You too could be a podcasting superstar.
You could. You could. I wonder if
Was that
I'll.
inspirational? Did
It's
I
very.
inspire you?
I'm very inspired. I wonder if I'll get more awards
Good.
being a podcaster than a filmmaker.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know what to say to that. Depends how many you're going to get. Well, I mean, you're not going to get an Oscar. You might get a Rondo. What's better, a Rondo or an Oscar?
Probably an Oscar.
It's borderline. Do you think?
I currently have. How many have I got in here? One, two, three, four.
Oscars?
No, I have 5 film awards.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how many podcasting awards have you got?
Big fat zero.
Well, there you go. I rest my
I
case.
A friend of ours is a filmmaker, like a friend of the family, and I went round. I think I've already told you this. I went round his house and I picked up his BAFTA, and my mum was
Mhm.
like, "Fucking put that down." So this has been a Lovable Rogue Productions podcast. Thank you to everyone that listened. If you want to help out your life in film, then download it, like it, share it, and give the pod a follow. I didn't realise till starting this that a download is the way they measure success and not just a listen. So, listening means nothing. Make sure you check out my guests on their socials, which will be in the description of the episode. Take a look at my letterboxd. I've made a list of all the films that have been mentioned on the pod. There's fucking hundreds. So you can find some good films there. Yeah, there is some good ones. There's some fucking weird ones, and I love them. Quick shout out to some of the podcasts I'm listening to. Caliber 9 from Outer Space. That's Robin Joe's. That's really good. And then The Villain Was Right. That's a great fun. Check that out. If you really want to be a mensch, give me that money. There's a link in the description. It'll explain it all. But a download and a share is excellent, and I actually appreciate that a lot more than you'd think. We currently have no sponsors, but I am open to them. I'll shill anything. I don't care. This has been a Lovable Rogue production. Thank you for listening.